Now, if you're home, just take a seat, relax, and enjoy all the great convos that we'll bring. But if you're going out, why not? You can still join us. Is My Dominion TV on all our socials. You should like, share, and drop comment. You're in for a ride today. What do I mean? We're going to have the weather. We'll celebrate birthdays. We would get into great conversations. We would keep you updated on what's happening in the international front and the local front as well by way of Wake Up Buzz. And then there's also going to be lots of conversations. Would have some money conversations, very, very important, because some Christians are still failing in the marketplace. We need to fix that because we're kingdom financiers, okay? And then today, the big convo is going to be about agriculture, a fusion of agriculture and technology, and that's the way to go. You can actually be a part of this conversation. You should drop your comments on our socials and we'll be glad to read them. Let me say a big thank you to The Bank Hospital for supporting the morning show, and also Kelly Keys for giving me a beautiful outfit. How about we get into the weather right about now? Good morning, Weather Prophet.
Good morning, dear the Lord, the precious one.
I hope you're great.
But by God's grace, I'm doing good.
Fantastic. Okay, so take us away. What's going to be happening today with the weather here in Ghana and, if possible, some other parts of Africa?
All right. Thank you very much. And let me first greet our viewers and listeners of Wake Up Africa on Dominion TV this morning. Today is midweek, Wednesday, 19th March, 2025. And here we are with the weather for today over the entire country. Mist and fog patches will form over the coastal forest and the hilly areas, while the rest of the country will be partly cloudy this morning. It will be mostly sunny in the afternoon across all sectors, with chances of thunderstorm activities over parts of northern, transition, middle sectors in the evening hours before after 6 p.m. So most places in Oti, northern, Savannah, Ashanti, Bono Ahafo, eastern and western north may be affected by the rain. The state of the sea today will still be rough, so precautionary measures should be taken by the players of the sea, especially our friends fisher folks. Precautionary measures should be taken. Temperatures will range from 26 degrees Celsius to 34 degrees Celsius over the coastal belts, 23 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius in the afternoon over the middle sectors, 22 degrees Celsius to 37 degrees Celsius over the transition sectors, 26 degrees Celsius this morning to 41 degrees Celsius in the afternoon over the northern sectors of the country. This means the coastal sectors will not have any major activities. There will be no rains today for them. Or whatever the case may be, if any changes pops up, I will keep you updated for viewers and listeners to be aware. So stay glued to Wake Up Africa or Dominion TV today. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mr. Solomon, the weather prophet. So there you have it. Now you know what to wear, what to carry along, and how to plan your day. Now, people are celebrating birthdays. I'm still talking about Koku's birthday. That's happening over the weekend. Y'all get ready. We're about to chill, okay? All right. All right. So let's get on with some birthdays, shall we? Happy birthday to these individuals.
Yeah. It's your birthday. It's your day. One day out of 365. It's your day. One day out of 365. Happy birthday. Woo, to you. Happy birthday. Yeah. To you.
Righty, so happy birthday to all these beautiful people. May the Lord bless you. May He keep you. May He make His face shine upon you. And may the lines fall in pleasant places for you because you have a goodly heritage. All right. Now, what do you think about when is your birthday, though? I don't know. I think we should have that conversation. Some people get very introspective. Some people are like, I can't keep calm. But, I mean, it is what it is. Enjoy your birthday. Anyway, I know that you enjoy our set, our new African, looking set. So beautiful. And we just want to say a big thank you to DStv Planners for this beautiful set that's put up. So DStv Planners, they're available for weddings, engagement, baby christening, outdooring, birthdays, housewarming, engagement wrapping. Hey, engagement wrapping is an event. Wow, interesting. Bouquets and floral arrangements, funerals, whatever it is, and however you plan the occasion, you can have a picture in your head. DStv Planners will bring it to light. It is what it is. They're really great at their job, okay? So you should call them. You should also check them out on their socials. It's 020-805-0062, 020-805-0062, or 024-7577-937. 397, pardon me. 024-7577 397, and that's it for DStv Planners. You want to get your health checked out, right? And you want a place where it's done right and it's done good, so that by the time you're leaving, you're refreshed, you're healthy to crush your goals. And that is the Bank Hospital. You can call, book an appointment, or just walk in. They're at Cantonment near Nafti. So you just call them on 030-273-9373, 030-273-9373, and the Bank Hospital will sort you out on whatever it is. Now, I know I'm looking great because I'm wearing a Kelly Keys clothes, okay? So Kelly Keys, is a fashion house that can teach you, first off, how to make clothes. So if you have passion for making clothes, why not? Kelly Keys will sort you out. And also, if you want to just walk in, get some clothes ready to wear, why not? Kelly Keys has got you covered. So, you can check her out on Pinterest. On Instagram, it's Kelly Keys Collect. Okay? All right. Now, let's get on with some news. Lots of things are making news on the local and international scene. So how about we keep you updated? Up next is Wake Up Buzz. Right. So, e-levy removal to take effect by end of March. The Deputy Finance Minister is telling us. So this has to go through Parliament, and we are hoping that it will be, approved, and then it will take effect by end of March 2025. Then they will take it off our backs, and that is e-levy to be scrapped off. So we are looking at by 31st of March, e-levy will officially be scrapped off. Then we can move on, in the month of April, not having e-levy to pay. Actually, there's been some conversations about e-levy lately. Ajasafu has been talking about how she wanted this e-levy thing not to come up and all of that, how it contributed to her party's loss and everything. But we'll still keep you updated on that, yeah? Okay. Transport Ministry sets up 13-member committee to review Okada ban. Right, so we're looking at commercializing the Okada business, but reviewing it such that it's a respectable profession. It's not something that people will just use anyhow. So there's a 13-member committee, according to the sector minister Joseph Bukari Nikbe. And the committee is expected to complete its work within 3 weeks, and we are hoping that it will allow the use of Okada for commercial purposes following a review of the law. According to him, he says, and I quote, he says, "We want them to use motorcycles and tricycles for commercial purposes, and exactly that is what we're doing. We're looking within a period of 3 weeks to tell them to do all the stakeholder consultations. So in a matter of 3 weeks, the committee should come back, 13-member committee should be back and giving us what to do and how to streamline it so that it doesn't become a nuisance on the road, but it's also good for commercial purposes. Some people are already using it for commercial purposes, but it must be done and done right. So that's it about the Okada ban. Right, and to another quite unfortunate news: 1 dead and 3 in critical condition over after trotro ran over traders in Kumasi. So according to the news, the driver, there was a bit of brake failure, so he couldn't really control his brakes, and he ran into some traders who had set up, for business. About 3 or 4 of them are receiving treatment. None is dead, so there's no casualties yet, and we pray that there will be none. But drivers have to be extra careful when you go to the markets squares. I don't know about other countries, but here in Ghana, very busy markets. You can see that there's fights for space with cars and humans. So there's vehicular traffic and then there's human traffic. It's a bit rowdy. You can't really control what happens, but we still need to be careful as drivers and even as traders and those who go to the market. Be extra careful. We don't see these things in the news anymore, right? So fuel prices drop for the 3rd consecutive time, and we're excited about that. This year, fuel prices have fully dropped. We should be seeing 15.49 cedis at the pumps, from now. But the commercial vehicle operators are saying that they cannot fully reduce prices because fuel prices have reduced at the pump. So what they are saying is that probably when it gets to 12, because they're also considering other factors before they reduce prices. So if you're one who picks commercial vehicles, you're enjoying your Uber, your Trotro and all of that, because it has reduced at the pumps, you don't expect that it automatically reduces in prices of fares because other things are involved. But that's some good news for the OMCs. Right. Transport operators, so there it is. Recent decision to increase fares by 20%. So this conversation, I think that Coco would have to have that with the people, because I'm thinking that, when they increase prices of fuel, we see that real quickly with prices of fares. Right? But the moment there's a reduction, there seems to be some sort of delay in that. They explained that why not? There are other factors. They are looking at spare parts and all those other things before they look at whether they should reduce it or not. So we're also looking at this thing going to a point where the moment prices are reduced at the pump, then we should also see a reduction. Just as when it is increased, we also see an increment. But as of now, they're holding on to whether they should increase the transport fares by 20% from March 2025. $400 guards trained to safeguard water bodies. So this is supposed to help curb the Galamsey menace. The government is going on to train people. 200 are out, as I said yesterday, and we're training more to actually help safeguard our water bodies as part of the Blue Water Project. The question now is, how empowered are these people? How empowered are they as against the operators of these Galamsey people? We hear news of journalists being, brutalized, and I mean, some even close to losing their lives, just going on the grounds and covering all these things. So the Blue Water Project is a beautiful idea, but I just want to know how empowered these people are, and will they not over time, buy into the Galamsey thing, Africa weekday? Well, it is what it is. Let's see how that goes. Let's get on with some international news, shall we? Great. Army airstrike on a market kills 18 in Mali. Yeah, so I think 2 weeks ago, Coco and I were looking at this, the effects, the reprisal attacks on all these war-torn areas. So there was a market square, and then there was an airstrike, and it actually went into a market square in the country's north and has killed about 18 people. And Mali's army said its attack is targeted at armed militants, but it went to a marketplace. The fact is, all these things, it is the civilians that suffer. 7 people were also injured in a Sunday strike, and the group said that in a statement around I think on Monday, denouncing a barbaric act from another age. This is becoming too much. We're looking at the effect of, U.S. withdrawing all these aids from us. We're unable to actually take care of ourselves or on our own, right? So we see all these news about malaria and people taking up viral diseases and all of that. And then airstrike. Africa, we need to rise up. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Wake up, Africa. Oh, God. Well, Niger withdraws from the international operation of La Francophonie. Yeah, I think I got that right. So, six key breeding areas are to be safeguarded to help save the African penguin following a landmark court order in South Africa. That's a good call. In the Western, or the developed countries, you see that there are lots of laws to protect all the lives of all these beautiful animals. But in Africa, we seldom see those. So I think that this is a good call for us to protect the lives of these animals. Presidents of Congo and Rwanda meet in Qatar to discuss insurgency of Eastern Congo. Conversation. Where's that gotten us to? Is it a good call or not? Well, we pray something good comes out of that. Kenya hosts Dutch royals as allegations of rights abuses mount in East African nations. Nigeria declares state of emergency in Rivers States over pipeline vandalism. Yeah, I think I chanced on that yesterday. Well, at least they have someone who declares state of emergency. When we needed that for Galamsey, we didn't get. So that's okay. We pray that the issue is solved. Okay, suspected pirates hijack Yemen fishing boats off Somali waters, EU Naval Force says. In the voice of Koku, the absence of war is not peace. Okay, so that's just it by the way of Wake Up Buzz, keeping you updated on what's international and what's local in terms of news. Let's go for a break now. Then when we get back, there'll be news review, there'll be great conversations. You don't want to go nowhere.
Action Chapel International Rich Community Kumasi presents Overwhelming Miracle Sunday on Sunday, 30th March 2025. Venue 31 Volta Street, adjacent Noble House Restaurant. Morning session 8 a.m. and evening session 5 p.m. Entry is free. Overwhelming Miracle Sunday with anointed music ministry from ACP Kofi Sapon, Reverend Sami Obinpoku, The Blood Crew, and Nama Atayabua. Overwhelming Miracle Sunday with words of wisdom from Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. Don't miss out. Join Action Chapel International Rich Community Kumasi for the Overwhelming Miracle Sunday.
Finally, Barca's season is up and running.
Sports Break on Dominion TV.
Step up with DStv and we'll show up by giving you more incredible entertainment.
Going to have a little fun.
Upgrade your subscription between the 13th of January and the 31st of March and get an even higher package for a whole month on us.
Buckle up, here we go.
There's nothing better than putting a little bit in but getting a lot out.
Time to boost some office morale. Incredible!
If you want to build a future, you gotta know what you want.
Step up and we'll show up on your home of entertainment, DStv.
Every morning begins with you, your routine, your goals, your journey. Get ready for the day with us by your side. This is Wake Up Africa, your inspirational morning ride. We bring you the energy you need, the insight and the motivation to kickstart your day. Wake Up Africa is here to connect you to the latest news, your front row seat to all the sports action. Get moving with us for a healthier you. Wake Up Africa gives you daily forecast, keeping you prepared for whatever comes your way. Join us each morning as we start your day together.
My name is Kokulumo and welcome to Wake Up Africa.
I want to welcome you to Wake Up Africa Morning Show. If Africa has ever needed to wake up, it's now. I promise you that this Wake Up Africa Morning Show will impact your life. It will illuminate you. The Bible said that thy word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. You need this insight. You need the understanding required to make all the difference in all of our lives. I want you not just to tune in to the Wake Up Africa Morning Show, but I want you to be a sponsor. I want you to partner with us as we take this Wake Up Africa Morning Show, the inspiration it brings, the impact across all Africa, to homes, to individuals, impacting lives. Join us to make a difference. It is said and believed that in this life, what you do to change the life of others matters than what you acquire for yourself. It is believed that it's not what you have, what you possess that matters, but the difference you made in the life of others. I believe as you partner with Wake Up Africa Morning Show, you'll be joining us to make a difference in the life of so many people out there. Partner with us, and every time we touch a life, you are blessed. Every time we impact a family, you'll be remembered for good. God bless you. Looking forward to partnering with you and tuning in to Wake Up Africa Morning Show.
Welcome back. Thank you very much for joining us, and a big thanks to Biadela for beautifying our screens as always, with not only her beauty, her brains. So we've got the ladies, we've got the men, we've got everything here on Wake Up Africa. All you need to do is to stay tuned, stay connected, and the anointing is here as well. Well, on from Wake Up Buzz, where we get to share with you headlines. Let's talk about the details now from the perspectives, as always, from our guests. We have in the studios very first guest. We're expecting the second. Is a forensic scientist. He doesn't like to be introduced, actually. And so I want to apologize on his I want to apologize for introducing him. Of course, also he runs a podcast, Axe Buddy, and also works with the Ghana Forces, and of course, Next Gen, our youth wing of Action Chapel International. And he's here with us, Pastor Bernard Adi, or Pastor Buddy. Thank you very much.
You gave 3.
Oh no, it's the producer who said we should.
This is Kokulumo. Kokulumo, 2022 Radio Newscaster of the Year, National Communications Awards. Koku, you are a big man, Koku.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize for
apologize for your award. Let's flow. I told you.
No. I'm not apologizing for the award. I'm saying that you are getting back at me because I introduced you.
We'll continue tomorrow.
Absolutely. But of course, let's quickly do that. I want us to touch, because this is in your area of work. There's a mention of a 400 contingent,
right,
to a lot of people to serve as guards against, if you like, galamseyers. A lot of people find it ridiculous, because also they feel that when you look at the physique of the people here, look at also how armed the galamseyers are.
Right.
There's a sharp contrast. And so people are asking questions whether or not these men, as seen in the pictures and more, can do the job. I feel they can to an extent, but what is the job really? What are they supposed to do?
Oh, Koku, thank you very much. Good morning. These guys are being trained by the Ghana Navy, and if you know anything about the Ghana Navy, the word for them is efficient. They are really, really efficient. They know what they're about. Yes, they are some of the most knowledgeable, talented, and very skilled people that we have in the country. Ghana Navy they are really top notch. And they are training these guys to serve as guards to deter these people who are destroying our water bodies. And I don't know the extent of the training, but I know the riverine branch of the Navy is the riverine command.
Okay.
So there's the maritime, and then there's the riverine. The ones who deal with the sea, and the ones who deal with all other water bodies.
Okay.
The other water bodies people are the ones training the guys. And these people were selected from the affected communities. So they are personally involved. They have personal interest in a thing.
Okay.
And the reason they were selected from the local communities is that, first of all, they have first-hand knowledge of the area. They know and understand the terrain. They are personally interested in the water bodies affected, because it affects them directly. And also, you don't want to go and bring someone elsewhere to come and do work where there are people in the community who can do the same work. So it's sort of like an employment avenue for these guys. And from what I hear or gather, the government is planning to employ 2,000. So the 400 is only the first batch.
Okay.
So we are going to see more of these people. And I don't know if they are going to be armed. If they are going to be armed, that is going to be basis for escalation in most points. For you to be able to bear arms, it's not a matter of a few weeks training. This is going to be like a 4-week training thing. For you to be able to bear and use arms, it will take more than 4 weeks.
Okay.
But because of the urgency of the situation, we don't have that much time. We don't have the luxury of time to train them for months. And so we'll see how it goes. Maybe along the line, arms will be introduced, because like you rightly said, those guys are armed.
Yeah.
And so if these ones are not, very sophisticated guys. And those people also have backing from strange big men. You know, so they seem to get away with a lot of things. So these guys will need a lot more backing than just a few weeks of training. So
what's the idea? I just feel that it's, as much as it might want to do justice to, if you like, part of the issues and the challenges.
Right.
Why let the identities out, one? Because if much of their job will be picking intel.
Right.
And so we want to see you being part of the community, only for you to give us away, because give info away for which we, the Galamseyers, will be part. And so if I know you are part of them and I see you around, I know immediately you are picking.
Well, it's for the same reason. You know, somebody asked a question the other day, and the person said, why is it that when police are coming in on robbers, they don't come silently and then surprise them? No, they have to put on sirens, because the siren alone is a deterrent.
No, but there are also a branch of the police service that would not wear the
That's
stuff.
because their duty is different.
But that's, is that not what these will be doing?
It's crime prevention. You know, so when the police, they deter crime, they prevent crime, and they solve crime.
Okay.
These are different aspects. When you are coming in and put on the sign, you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. It deters you. You get the impression, hey, then you scatter. You know, that's that kind of thing. It's the same effects that they are seeking to get here, which is, we are letting you know that you are being watched. We are letting you know that this thing you are doing, we also have people watching you. And if we catch you, you have yourself to blame. You know, so it's not really about the arming and maybe the boldness, like we were saying beforehand. When you go to banks where money is kept, a lot of money is kept. When you look at the security men at banks, do you see, you know, ripped men and women? No, it's mostly, you know,
retired.
You know, and the reason they are there is not necessarily to, you know, strong arm anybody into anything. It's basically to deter crime, to make sure that, you know, people don't do wrong things and so on and so forth.
I see.
So it's the same effect.
Well, we might have different opinions, not you. I'm talking about with the viewers, because obviously some will also say, this match I do about nothing.
Really?
Oh yes, because I say, just as a lot of people also agree with me, watching me right now, to say that if you have the commitment and the political, of course, the president has started. I want to state or record, there are days where I get to lambast the president, but he is withdrawing the ally that gives him the power to mine in forests, in the forest. So he is withdrawing, say, I don't want to have the power anymore, to be even tempted to mine in the forests. And so he's withdrawing it from Parliament. So we commend the president from doing that. I just feel that if the president had whistled, time up, no Galamsey, now move with everything you have, clear them off. People who will not leave, clear them off. But again, there's a plan. We need to follow.
There are laws in this country, but we always see people breaking the law. I mean, there are people who have been dragged for corruption, stolen money. People are still stealing money. So, I mean, regulations don't necessarily deter people. It is stuff like you've arrested a bunch of them, rounded them up, giving them a hefty sentence and publicized it. Stuff like that go a long way. I mean, the reason corruption is still going on and it's like no one cares is that people don't get punished. And so it's like, oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, who cares?
I know.
Yeah.
I see. Well, our second guest has also joined us, Reverend Xavier Ademoji, is a clinical engineer, works with Lekma Hospital, also an assistant pastor with the Action Chapel International. Teshi joins us. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
And thank you very much for your time. Grateful. Let's touch base with issues of fuel or energy. Fuel prices dropped for third consecutive time. Right? Consumers of petroleum products can expect some relief, of course, because you know, drivers like the people we have who are driving V8s, they are in our studios. They have
I saw your chauffeur dropping on this one.
It was boat. I told you it's boat. I've always told you it's boat. Well, so there's some adjustment. Total Energies has led the latest adjustment, lowering the price of both petrol and diesel from 15.79 Ghana cedis per litre in the first price window of March to 15.49 per litre for the second pricing window of March. So this marks the third consecutive reduction after prices began to fall in the second pricing window of February. Now, it's also, before this particular announcement, there were transport operators who were lacing their boots to begin to increase transport prices fares by 20%. This is what they need fares. Now, the transport operators in Ghana, consisting of the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU, and the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council, GRTCC, they have rescinded, indeed, their decision to increase transport fares by 20%. In the statement, they indicated, so this is what they said, we have therefore agreed to maintain the existing fares and allow the government to settle before any further negotiations. We have reaffirmed our commitment to providing a reliable and safe services to all passengers and further agreed to reconvene to reassess the situation and make unnecessary adjustments should economic conditions change. Now to you, aside some of these things, when you hear the language and also the opposition is trying to mount, and this is on the side, you can put it together with what you want to share with us. It's trying to mount, you see you are quiet, when the new government is, you are quiet. So for nothing at all, I see a lot of people now exhibiting some sheer bravado, to do this. Closer takes a step, they come back. We have changed our mind, we move again and all of that. And so there's a certain, you see you are quiet kind of a position from the opposition. And that's what I feel some of these things are, because increments, it's falling.
When it usually comes to the prices of fuel, I think there shouldn't be any partisan issues related to increase of fuel prices, because anytime there is an increase of fuel prices, there is a repercussions of goods, services, increases transport fares, spare part, and all sort of things, and it increases the economic value in the country. So, for the prices to come down, to me, that is good news. It should still be coming down, because we'll be having these prices anytime you go to the filling station. There is a change. There's a change in it. So for the 3 consecutive drops, I think that is a good news for all of us. But the prices, to me, why should they just increase 20%? Is it
okay? So again, it's about hedging. You hedge, so you know that if this continues, I can predict that this can continue.
I think so. It's because of the frequent increase that we have in the past that they were not able to do the adjustment. So for them to propose a 20%, that to me is just too much. If the prices are coming down, then they should think of even reducing the prices. But 20%,
crazy.
Well, I think it's an estimation, because they are for
even as an estimation. It's still if I pay 10 cedis for transport fare, now I'm going to pay 12. If I pay 5, I'm paying 6. If I'm paying 1, 20%. Oh, come on, it's much. I mean, if you think about it, tight. 10%. Let's not do this kind of thing. Let's not do that. And again, we shouldn't be too happy about the reduction. We shouldn't be happy about the reduction.
It's marginal. It still will. It still would.
Oh, the pesos, they matter, because I mean, when you check Star Oil.
It's amazing that there are variations in the prices when you look at some of the filling stations. All of them have their prices.
Marketing stuff.
But I think that some of the taxes on this fuel should be exempted, so that at least we have these things coming down. To me,
this one, I don't see why we are happy. The reason the thing has come down is not because of anything the government is doing or not doing. It's because Trump is doing his thing in the US. And it's affected international oil prices. It's dropped globally. So it's not sustainable. We should look at more permanent solutions. When we look at solutions that involve policy, internal regulation, and stuff like that, that can maintain the price at a certain threshold or within a certain price range, then we can start jubilating. Because this one now, the government cannot even take credit and say, oh, we are doing well. You see now, petrol is coming down, we are doing well. The moment international prices go up, you see, they will start saying, international prices have gone up, it's not our fault. No, I think we should I don't really see the joy in this. It's just, we are lucky, as it were. We need to move beyond luck and really, get our stuff together.
So it's coming down. Coming down. It's coming.
And Ghana,
yes,
we have oil, right? We drill oil here. We are petroleum producers.
But we do everything. The only thing we have not done here, or we cannot do, is to be able to
refine.
No, refine. We can refine. Don't you have to? You have to. Is to be able to build human being. Everything can be done here. Everything, I can assure you. Anyways, let's now go to Ministry of Transport, as they have begun a very interesting agenda. Transport Ministry has taken steps to set up some 13-member committee to review Okada ban. The committee, the interagency committee, is to review the aspect of the Road Traffic Regulations 2021, LI 2180, that prohibits the use of Okada for commercial purposes. According to the Sector Minister, Joseph Bukari Nikbe, the committee is expected to complete its work within 3 weeks. I love how they put deadlines to it so that we just don't give it to you and then you are going. And so he stressed that this move is part of efforts by Mahama government to legalize the use of motorcycles for commercial purposes. Well, so that's it. I'm sure that's a crux of the matter.
It's interesting, Anytime I look at this Okada issue, it's apart from the benefit of easy transportation and other things, the devastating effect of Okada is very serious.
Oh, how? Senior.
My brother, if you happen to go to some of these accident centers,
okay,
if you visit some of the health facilities, ER or any emergency center, you could see that about, if I'm not overestimating, over 80% of clients that are rushed in on daily basis is as a result of Okada. And it's very serious. So when we are talking about... Yes, it's very sad. You see people coming with scars, blood stains all over them, and all sort of things. It all implies that these people are not really... I'm not talking about education aspect, but they are not taking the road safety measures seriously. You see, we shouldn't just look at the commercial effect of it, but life is involved.
So what are you speaking to right now? Is it the effort by the government to train them?
The effort by the government to legalize their activities to be commercialized.
Yes.
Should be looked at. Because if you see, the issue is not about the Okada. Is it I would say they are weightier matters than this.
Okay.
You see, the issue is that our transport services, we have a problem with transport services.
Yeah.
Why is Okada becoming so rampant? It's because you stand at a station, you can't get car. And you find it difficult to even get a car to your place, accessibility on time. Yes. You end up being in traffic for long. So, for instance, this morning when I was coming, there was a major traffic.
Morning, the traffic is serious.
I was thinking about Okada, you understand? So if some of these things can be alleviated, we have easy transport services. The traffic issues are being looked at. I don't think this thing should be, because one, the issue of commercializing it, encouraging young and able men to go into this Okada. Koku, the truth is that doing Okada business now is very lucrative.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's lucrative in than running a taxi business. And people have taken this as a major business to do. Not without looking at the devastating effect on the individuals, the youth. We are okay with the courier services. They are able to deliver on time. When you need anything, quickly it's done. With the helmet and anything, I think that is okay. But commercializing it, and to me, it's very scary.
Okay, it's not just Okada they are commercializing. If you've read the thing properly, it's tricycles as well. And those organisms are very, 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 they are very annoying. The speed, first of all, you see, when it comes to cars, there is a whole body that regulates them. There's a DVLA that focuses mainly on cars. Motorcycles are in there, but the major thing that we use in this country is cars. And so the training There's a training there, the licenses are there, the safety regulations are there, but motorcycles are not as regulated. So if we are going to legalize them, then we have to build a whole structure for them, strict structure for them, so that they don't. When you watch the way they behave, even on the road, they behave as if the traffic regulations don't apply to them. They are maneuvering, in between cars, scratching your car. They've scratched my car like I don't know how many times. You can't even get hungry because before you get down, they are gone cry. And I have a friend who died because of this Okada thing. He was rushing to go home. The Okada driver, and it's just like picking a boat. You don't know the driver from anywhere. You are at the mercy of their skills. Long story short, I think that this thing, while it may be a popular idea, because it was part of the manifesto promises of the NDC. They've come into power, so they feel maybe obligated to do it. I think they should think about the safety.
Okay, so here's the context, is to say that, all right, I mean, you are a forensic scientist, right? Where you find in other jurisdictions, when they apprehend you and they see that you have a high skill with the stealing and things, what they'll do is to work on your mind,
to absorb,
put you in there first, tell you we are going to take you out,
right,
and then work on you and absorb you into the system.
Yes.
So I'm saying that is the context not, well, we have seen your
motor skills,
and we say it's not good.
Right.
What we'll do is that we'll make sure that if you want to commercialize, you're going to wear your helmet.
Yes.
Yeah. Wear your protective gears.
And these things
come for some training, be licensed.
Yes.
So that it is regulated. Is that not the context?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Yes.
And again, if you are going to ask the people to wear helmets and so, you have to make them available.
Oh yeah, there's a procurement, there's a whole procurement thing.
So
that one, somebody will chop.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
The way I'm talking is like, the person.
I've seen things. I've seen things. But we are here. This city is not a very small city.
I see.
We have seen.
People are procured.
Procurement is on the way. Amen.
So if helmets are coming, if jackets are coming, I mean, if all of these things are going to be made available and at an affordable price too, then we don't have a problem.
Right.
Not just the rider, the passenger as well.
Absolutely.
Then we have to make regulations concerning how many passengers can be on what type of motorbike.
Yes.
The speed limits and so on and so forth, the traffic regulations, and if possible, the construction of new roads should factor them in. So that there's some kind of it's so annoying when you're driving and this Okada person in front of you who is not really going, is going. You can't really tell. It's very annoying.
I have to say that I have
man.
mostly relied on motorcycles. Because you cannot catch the time. If you are coming to TV, you are going to shoot something.
Right.
It's time.
Yeah.
You see, you are driving or you are taking the car, whatever your comfort. No, you hop on.
Set off early, Koku.
It's not about setting off early.
Always eventualities. They are always eventualities.
This junction today, I was just to enter.
Yes.
I was there for like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Because those from Spinkters were just coming.
Exactly. And so that's it. And again, one other thing, this is an observation I've made. You see the moto is those rear view mirrors?
Yes, yeah.
Do you know that the young people or the people who ride believe that it is not guy enough to have the rear view mirror? It means big guy. If you have it, it means you be tall guy.
I work at the
so they
market.
break it off. Intentionally.
Yeah.
And be now looking backwards to do that.
When you are entering Burma Camp, before you enter Burma Camp, if you don't have rear view mirrors, you will not be allowed. It's a rule there. So even if you are ordering food or clothes or whatever, and the Okada driver, the delivery guy gets there, and there's no rear view mirror, you will not be allowed to enter. And the same should be true for the normal road using. If you don't have rear view mirror, it goes back to the regulations you are talking about. If you don't have rear view mirror, you will not be allowed to drive. It's not guy, really.
I am a firm believer, and this off record, I'm a firm believer of democracy. I want us to have these conversations quickly, in about some 3 minutes or 5, of democracy and rules of law and all of that. But it is only when people see soldiers, especially on the continent of Africa, that is when they move. That's one. 2, the other is that
I didn't even see it coming.
No, you won't see it coming. You won't. The other is that we are under democratically elected governments, but yet being treated as people who are under dictators. And when you also just go to Burkina Faso, which has become a case study for a lot of people, they always want to refer to Burkina Faso as doing well. The production, whatever, have tripled in tons and all of that. They'll be able to pay off some of their debts. They are doing a lot of things under military rule. Question, is it not perhaps time to begin to see that maybe, just maybe, there are some, it's probably Africa needs a blend.
The difference between...
No, I'll come to you because you are there. I'll come to you very soon.
What you said is very true. You see, I have witnessed a lot of, even on the road.
Quickly, Ministry of Defense here.
Yeah.
When you get there,
you'll be standing.
There's a portion that the cars come from the Ministry of Defense. You, without a soldier, when you get there, you stop.
I think that it is the mindset that, or let me say, the discipline that the military have showed over the years. You can't just mess with a military person. That is the truth. So we let me just say, most Africans, the presence of a military man just makes you try to comport yourself. And because the thing is that the military people, we know they are trained to shoot.
Shoot to kill.
Shoot to kill.
Shoot to maim.
And
if you maim someone, you'll be sad.
Shoot to maim.
The education is that they will tell you, even from JSS, that police are your friend.
Yeah.
Oh, they are, because
that is
police service.
That is the mentality that police are your friend.
Yes.
So
and that's what it must be.
That is the mentality.
Yeah. No, that's what it has to be.
That is what it must be. Yes. That is what we have been educated to.
Yes.
So when you see a military person coming, even with their regalia, you see a lot of gun and other things being meant. You dare not mess up. You see, it all comes down to the issue of discipline. You see, we can perform better if we are able to institute some of this disciplined attitude into the nations. And apart from being disciplined, I think there should be individuals that could be, I think, to instill discipline into people. Because if, for instance, your boss is a military man, you make sure you do the right thing. Yeah. Because you are afraid of the repercussions. So I think that has been the issue. So Africa looking up, I don't think we should welcome military rule. But I think some of their discipline, some of their acts, some of the things that they have abhorred over the years that have worked for them, we should think of inculcating some of this act into...
You don't like goat meat, but you want to drink goat soup.
No.
But that's it. You say, military shouldn't count, but we should inculcate them. Why are you going to inculcate it?
It's Koku. First of all, let's remember that President Mahama says, henceforth, all the NSP people will have to undergo 6 months.
Oh, that one I agree. Let it be thorough. Let
6 months
change the outlook when they come
of military training. We are very happy and excited.
Oh yes, we are.
The difference between a place like Burma Camp, or the MOD place you cited, and every other place is the dogged enforcement of the law.
Okay.
When I say dogged enforcement, there's no I beg. There's no I'm sorry. It's either you do the right thing or you are prosecuted. So you are educated on the law. You are told what to do. You are given all the tools to live a good, happy, and nice life. If we catch you breaking the law, there's nothing like second chance. So, many times the reason some people drive without, license, insurance, because, and they rather have tips. So they are stopped by a policeman. Police is supposed to be your friend. And sometimes they take the humanity of the policeman for granted, because, you see, arresting people, processing them, it takes time. They themselves, they don't want to do that.
Ticketing.
Well, ticketing helps, but then the system to track it.
Yes.
The Ghana Post address system just came up. We can make use of that to do ticketing.
Yes.
But until such a time, people feel like they can get away with crime. Mostly that's the issue. I mean, when you go to places like Singapore, you are not even allowed to. I mean, it means that Singapore won't survive because they are like gum. You're not even allowed to enter the country with gum. You can't spit. on the streets. You can't litter, you know, and there's strict enforcement. There's nothing like, oh, I didn't know, I'm sorry, you are fined immediately. Stuff like that help. With Captain Ibrahima Traore, he's a military man. So he has that mind. You know, the difference between an ordinary strong man and a military man is endurance. You can run, but how far can you run? How fast can you run? How long can you run? That's the difference between a soldier and you. You know, so these guys have been inculcated with a high level of discipline and obedience. You obey. You don't do. Yeah, exactly. So if we will get there, like Reverend Xavier is saying, we can inculcate some of these things. Let the policemen reduce the leniency and the human face a little bit.
No, let them keep it.
Yeah, they can't reduce it.
Yeah.
They can't reduce it because everything is police. I keep saying police work is probably the most difficult work ever because everything is police. Somebody is missing, police. Somebody has died, police. Somebody stole, police. Somebody, we can't find them, police. Your dress is missing, police. Your car is broken up. Everything is police. You know, and these are actual human beings. Let's make the work easy for them. I think the discipline part, on the part of us as citizenry, we have to take it up. Democracy in India, we like it. We'll change, Koku. We'll change. We'll change.
Anyways, now to one of the big concerns of people, e-levy, the electronic levy. The Deputy Finance Minister, Mr. Mpim Nyako, has confirmed the removal. So after it was abolished by the Minister for Finance, with that particular statement that was made, the budget statement, the understanding is that it's going to take effect by the end of March. So quarter in about some 2 weeks or a week. We should be able to see. So it will take effect the moment the budget and appropriation is approved, and this will be by the 31st of this month, which is March. So by all things being equal, from April, you see all the things will be done. So I've been waiting to send some monies. I'm waiting.
Okoko, I have mixed feelings about this thing.
Why?
Oh yeah. The amount of tax being removed, the number of taxes that are being removed, especially looking at the fact that we already are in deficit, a revenue deficit. I don't know if this is the right time to remove these taxes. Yeah, maybe we can remove them eventually, but we have a stack of debts to pay, and we are killing our revenue sources. You know, e-levy is very, very good for the government in terms of revenue. And if you are to think,
and very bad for the consumer.
Well, if you think as a Ghanaian, and the fact that we are in a deep hole right now, the public purse was almost stolen. The purse itself was almost, you know, taken away. So we don't have money. So we need to think about ways to bring more money. The betting tax has been removed. Why?
Winnings on winnings.
You know they call them earnings, right? When they win bets, they call it earnings.
Semantics.
Well, tomato. But the thing is, everybody's earnings is taxed in a country. Some people, they call themselves investors. What investment is not taxed? It's taxed. So if you say you are investors and this, some people, this is all they do. They study the trends over the years, make predictions. There are many sites that produce odds. It's a thing. Why shouldn't you be taxed? So why shouldn't you be taxed? It's not productive how? And it should be a deterrence tax. It should be a tax.
You say place it on it.
Place it, increase it. And let it so that it will be a deterrence tax. It's just like heavily taxing alcohol. Because you can't say people should not drink alcohol. So you tax it 30%. So that it is very, you buying alcohol will be very painful for you. You think twice about it. So the removal of these taxes, I don't know. I mean, I'm ambivalent. You know, I don't know what to think.
I share a different view, but let me hear my guess.
Well, when you talk of the e-levy, I think a week ago I was doing some transaction and I just saw the e-levy. And I was asking, are we still doing e-levy? And I think there's a question in the mind of most Ghanaians that the thing is go off. Why are we still being taxed? So for the Deputy Finance Minister to come out that by the end of March, there will be nothing like e-levy. I think it's a good news to all Ghanaians. We are all excited because some of the, when you are, the electronic money issues, cashless issues, it has come to stay. And a lot of people now are involved in this transaction.
What about reducing the tax?
For that, I think that is a political issue. That is it. To me, issues of tax shouldn't be an issue of NDC or NPP, because as much as we need revenue for the country for development, for instance, the betting tax that you were talking about, these are all ways by which the government gets some amount of revenue.
Yes.
So it is us. You see, the moment you begin to do politics out of it, that is where the issue. So it's like NDC is now in. You've promised the abolishment of it. But on the reality, we are owing.
Okay.
See, so you still have to fulfill your political.
No. So here's the thing. Your salary is being taxed.
Yeah.
You are going to send the salary to someone. You're breaking it, just sending it to friends, family.
And
the telcos are taking theirs. Now, government is still placing another tax.
Right.
On what you are sending. So the telcos is taking their money and says, no, because you are sending, and we see that the levels, the volumes is big. Oh, it's a low-hanging fruit. Let's go. Just opposite it to the leakages and the seepages.
Right.
Take ECG, for instance. That place is, for want of a better word, according to the people themselves,
it's now electronic.
It's a criminal space. How can people create more than 10 accounts? Look at the monies that have gone out. And we say that we cannot see the leakages and the seepages. Where we know that this place, there's money coming through. But because you say you are spending our money and you need more, you come to us and place the tax on us.
Isn't it a bit hypocritical on the part of many of us when we travel outside of the country,
Right.
go to Europe and the US?
Yes. Do you see the transport system? Do you see the road? Do you see the water?
They're still with tax.
No. So the people
That's
are
why
saying
they are heavily taxed.
So the people are saying that, why are you taxing me?
And I can't see anything.
And I cannot see anything.
So you know what? So the solution is to remove the tax?
No, it is not. It's to say that it was draconian in the first place.
My point exactly.
There's nowhere, I'm not sure there's anywhere that this e-levy is. Show me.
Kenya.
That e-levy.
Well, they attempted, that's what brought the riots, the whole thing.
I'm saying, show me. It's to say that they tax your salary when you are sending money to the telco's tax. And then they say,
I'll get back to you on this one.
Please do.
I will research.
Please
come back stronger.
Please do. So I'm saying that when you close the leakage, look, we have money in this country.
We do.
You have no idea.
That one day we do.
So we cannot be burdened because of somebody.
Road tolls are off.
They are bringing it back.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
They're bringing it back.
Then traffic is coming back.
Oh, no. They said it will be, the reason why they've not, the digital. So connected to your, whether you're not licensed, there will be things embossed on your vehicle. So once you pass thing, or there are places where also you can pay and all of that. I'm saying that even if it's traffic pay, you will pay.
Okay, so if road tolls are coming back,
yes,
and you're taking away e-levy, well, it's pretty much the same thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
One for Robin Peter to pay.
Absolutely.
It's fine.
In any way, that was what was said. Though they said we should choose between.
We need more money in the country.
No, there are monies in the country.
But we need more.
No, there are monies. They are just monies.
You pay. You don't have to pay tax, Koku.
I am ready to pay any tax, but not at the expense of all of us, where people are enjoying, like what we saw. I mean, it was that bad.
Yeah.
It was just that bad. Anyways, the road accidents are increasing. Of course, this is not a motorcycle. 4 crashed, 4 injured as commercial bus crashes into traders in Kumasi. 4 individuals are reported to be fighting for their lives after commercial bus, commonly known as Trotro, suffered a brake failure, veered off the road and crashed into traders at Dr. Mensah station in Kumasi. So the tragic incident occurred on Tuesday, March 18, 2025. The victims, all traders, are operating alongside the roadside was struck by the out-of-control vehicle, which lost its brake and plowed into their stalls. Please, I would want to implore both of you to look at both sides, because it's of major concern to me.
I mean, are there even sides to this?
Oh, there are.
You know, we can talk about the roadworthiness of these commercial vehicles.
Yes.
You know, they are poorly serviced, and we can talk about all that. But sometimes I don't know. This is a tragedy. I don't know how to talk about it to
so that it does not occur again. We have to have conversations on it.
There are many factors that could lead to brake failure. You know, one of it is poor servicing. There are other factors that could lead to that.
Right.
Sometimes we blame it on brake failure when it is just really the inexperience of the driver in question. And also we can talk about these commercial vehicles having poorly trained drivers. You know, they obtain licenses through very interesting ways. Some of them don't even have licenses at all.
And remind me to tell you about how they operate.
The trotro drivers. You know, and to think of driving into people when your brake has failed. Hi. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I pray. Oh, one dead. This morning it was 4 injured, and now one is dead.
One is dead. Depends.
Oh my Lord.
I see.
Koku, this is sad. We pray that those people recover quickly and they recover well. But moving forward, I think our public transport system. We need to put some more measures in there to prevent some of this. It's not really about public transport system, really. This is just a tragedy. I really don't know what else to say.
I see.
Well, it's a sad one, you know. To me, I think, as you mentioned, I think our roadway system should be looked at. I think looking forward, there are a lot of cars that you see on the road. And no one will even tell you that this one
shouldn't be on the road.
It shouldn't be on the road.
It's not worthy.
It's scary.
It's also a matter of employment and livelihood.
It's very sad. You see some of the cars.
No.
You happen to pass through.
There's a backstory to this thing.
Could this one, your Messi has
I don't know whether you pass through, if I will not pass through Osu, Choco, or some of these places.
Hey!
And see some of the cars.
You'll be surprised.
And you'll be surprised that these cars have roadworthy with the electronic stickers on it.
Charlie,
you ask yourself,
which officers did this?
Where they get some of these things?
That's a bad story.
But the truth of the issue is that you consider the comfort of your room, house,
and applying
some of these things come to you. And I think it's a big flaw at the DVLA. They should look at some of these things because it's amazing that you can't just call anyone. Some of these guru boys, they'll get you
correct.
But the vehicle has to go.
And they don't
to be
do
checked
it.
At some point.
You just park somewhere. If you have money, just pay something. They'll print it for you. And these things are going on. And they know.
They know
of it. And they are silent about it. Why is that? Why do we have this road ready? To check some of these things.
Yeah.
But people just get it done at the comfort of their houses. And you see, when it comes to commercial vehicles, these are where livelihoods are involved.
Yeah.
People take end. So I think, apart from the roadworthy person, the drivers also should be a bit, I don't know how to call it, patriotic a bit. Because if you are driving a car and you know the drivers, because if you have that kind of
senior, it's been a long time you've taken throttle. No, patriotic. Throttle driver, patriotic.
You don't believe it.
Rev.
Maybe this is sympathetic a bit. Because to me,
Rev has used another word.
Because to me, if
you are not having it this morning,
if you are driving a car, excuse me to say, and you know the car is not in a very good
shape.
Yeah.
So where should I get the money to eat? I will drive it. Now
let me tell you the backstory and tell you the two sides. The backstory is that it is alleged, and let anybody also prove me otherwise, that most of these trotro buses belong to the police. Police personnel.
That is true.
One. And they...
Especially the Sprinter buses.
They don't want to pay for serious drivers, whether or not we even have them. So they get boys who mount the steering wheels and drive in town. So if you like, those of you who are watching me here in Ghana, if you like, just like Nigerians, jam a trotro, go to the police station, let the owner come. You see, it's a police person.
Well, a lot of
tried. The other side I want us to look at this morning is where the traders were selling.
Yeah, the roadside.
Oh, yeah.
It is nauseating in this country. They tell us, have mercy on us. Where would they get money? So when we build markets for them, they come out of it and look, I tell you, you have to be looking for places to go. And they are the people who cause the traffic jam. These women, these men.
Accra Central, for instance.
So any turn of a vehicle,
Can hit anybody.
the next victim is this. Yet these things have happened. They will go and clear them. They will come back again. When you are clearing them, they will vote against you. How dare you?
It's a mindset problem.
It is not a mindset problem. It's a discipline problem.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I mean,
And we need to enforce it.
Yeah. You see, we have to put a lion face to it. You know, it's just like the flooding problem. And it's like we are waiting for the thing. You know, the rain, when was it? 2 days or 3 days ago, over the weekend. The rains that came down over the weekend. It flooded at Circle.
Of course it will.
Cry. It flooded. So it's just a foretaste of things to come.
Yes.
And this is right after we had sat here and discussed some committee before flooding.
Oh yes.
What.
Oh yes.
We have to put some kind of lion face to it and clear all those in waterways and make sure the water has way to go. But then again, we ask ourselves the questions: where will these people go? We are taking our livelihood away from them.
I see.
This pedestrian, where should they go?
Well, thank you very much indeed. We're grateful, Reverend Xavier Demoji is a clinical engineer with Lekma Hospital, also with Action Chapel International as assistant pastor at Teshi. Also, the man who works with the Ghana Armed Forces, by a civilian, forensic scientist, Pastor Buddy. Thank you very much for coming.
Okay. Narrow escape for you.
Well, we'll take a break at this point. When we come back, Tech and Trends is up. Do stay with us. See you soon.
I'll make sure your master's here just now.
Prize. Why? I knew the dramatic appearance would excite everyone.
I've been looking for you for a very long time.
Why are you so intimidating?
Just complain that I'm fat.
But you are fat.
Here is my son.
Give me what I want and I will set you free.
Stop! Jesus has set me free.
Yes, Lord.
One upgrade is nice, but a double upgrade is amazing. And that's how we do it. Upgrade today to get even more with Step Up. If you're on GOtv Max and upgrade to GOtv Super, you'll get way more with GOtv Super Plus.
It's so cool!
Get big value. Get big entertainment.
Very good.
Perfect! Upgrade and get even more with GOtv. GOtv. Love it.
We just go around just making statements that are not even biblical. God reveals to redeem. It's not in the Bible. God reveals so we can walk, so we can enforce the word of God and the scriptures over the enemy's intent.
Any hope and expectation the enemy has concerning your family and your loved one, by the eternal blood of Jesus, we override that hope. We override that expectation. Put your hands together and override it.
The Voice of Inspiration, weekdays and Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. only on Dominion TV.
Barca's season is up and running. Save! Spain are the
Sports Break on Dominion TV.
Paying for your Showmax is easy. Just choose your preferred payment method from these easy and convenient options. MTN Momo, Visa or MasterCard, Showmax vouchers at DStv or GOtv sales agents, or use a promo code. Enter your payment details and hit submit. Showmax. Pay easy, stream easy.
In times of change, when the world seems uncertain and what we hear doesn't reflect what we see, we seek the truth. When we are told only part of the story, we lose trust. In moments of crisis, our dreams, hopes, and wishes for a better tomorrow depends on a free press. At Voice of America, we bring you the stories that people take risks to see. We connect the world and unite it with truth. At Voice of America, we show you the whole picture.
Africa 54 in partnership with Voice of America. Weekdays, 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. on Dominion TV.
I decree today that the power of God that is coming upon your life, no enemy will touch you and go free.
Experience the power. Take dominion.
Say the name of Jesus.
Name of Jesus.
I prophesy. Doors of favor.
Action Chapel's Dominion Hour. Now, live, this and every Thursday on Dominion TV.
And from today, you will be stronger than any enemy.
Hooray! Dominion TV is now also a digital terrestrial free-to-air channel. This means you can watch us in Ghana from your digital TV without any subscription. Just rescan your channels on your digital TV to access it. How? On your digital TV, press the menu or settings button and choose auto tuning, auto search, or the appropriate options to scan your channels and look for Dominion TV. Enjoy some of Africa's best Christian lifestyle programming from Dominion TV.
I want to welcome you to Wake Up Africa Morning Show. If Africa has ever needed to wake up, it's now. I promise you that this Wake Up Africa Morning Show will impact your life. It will illuminate you. The Bible said that thy word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. You need this insight. You need the understanding required to make all the difference in all of our lives. I want you not just to tune in to the Wake Up Africa Morning Show, but I want you to be a sponsor. I want you to partner with us as we take this Wake Up Africa Morning Show, the inspiration it brings, the impact across all Africa, to homes, to individuals, impacting lives. Join us to make a difference. It is said and believed that in this life, what you do to change the life of others matters than what you acquire for yourself. It is believed that it's not what you have, what you possess that matters, but the difference you made in the life of others. I believe as you partner with Wake Up Africa Morning Show, you'll be joining us to make a difference in the life of so many people out there. Partner with us, and every time we touch a life, you are blessed. Every time we impact a family, you'll be remembered for good. God bless you. Looking forward to partnering with you and tuning in to Wake Up Africa Morning Show.
Okay, it's good to partner with us. It's good that we're actually talking about business now, yeah? Because we want to become kingdom financiers, not necessarily by tithe and offering, but doing right by people, by doing right by God, right? So you're welcome to the point where we teach you how to make money. We teach you how to fish and fish right, so you become good fishers of men. And we are about having a financial conversation, but how about we do some tech and trends first? Then after that, I'll teach you how to make some money, right? My girl Steffi is ready. Hi, Steffi.
You're tuned in to Wake Up Africa for updates on the tech and trends with me, your girl Stephanie B, right here on the show. Today's episode of the Tech and Trends promises to be an exciting one as we take you on a country trot to some of the beautiful places and beautiful people in Ghana. But before we go straight into what today has for us, let's take a breather, and when we come back, we'll hit straight to business. Welcome back. It's great to know you're tuned in to Wake Up Africa with me, your girl Stephanie B, right here on today's episode. On today's episode, we're going to have a virtual tour on some of the beautiful places and some of the experiences that only Ghana can provide for you. So let's enjoy and take pride in who we are as Ghanaians. It's our month. The month sets aside to celebrate the independence of Ghana. And it's in order to remind ourselves of our worth, our scars, our values that stretches through our resources, our beautiful attractions, industries, and our unique self as a people, and the culture or values inherent in us. We've come a long way, and although that demands a depth of advancement and enhancement we haven't yet attained, let's take a deep breath in the meantime and soak in the fragrance of what we have currently while persevering for more. This is not mediocrity. This is a reminder to do better and be better, because the future will determine our place in history. So those things help us to embrace our identity as Ghanaians and also remember us to be better as a people. And that's all we have for you for the tech bit, where we took you on a virtual journey. Moving forward into our music portfolio, where we'll be coming up with some gospel group music. And so we're starting off with Joe Metals' Ye Obuami. Let's enjoy the sound. On our music trail is Wayemiye by PSA Esther, and this is a rendition that features a couple of Ghanaian musicians, and they really did well on this track. Let's take a peek. arrangement is so amazing, and I like how all the stars aligned on this one. Now, the band Fra has this tune titled Amen, and you know, the band Fra really understands the assignment when it comes to giving out the best of music. Let's check this out.
Are you ready now? Say 1, 2. This year is the breakthrough. Amen. Say, amen, oh, amen. Baba God go come through. Amen. Energy. Amen, oh, amen. This year is the breakthrough. Amen. Hey. Amen, oh, amen. Baba God go come through. Amen. Say, amen, oh, amen. This year your marriage could be. Promotion is to receive. Obey your man, bro. So you for just believe. This year your marriage could be. Promotion is to receive. Obey your man, bro. So you for just believe. Say money, good health, favor, long life, protection, anointing. This year we go make up. This year we the breakthrough. Amen. Amen. Oh, amen. Baba God go come through. Amen. Amen. Oh, amen. This year we the breakthrough. Amen. Amen. Oh, amen. Baba God go come through. Amen.
Leading up to the last, but not the least, is everyone's favorite. Yes, my favorite and your favorite, Team Eternity, and this is Diffie. Let's enjoy the music. Everyone out there is enjoying themselves, especially with Diffie on our list today. Now we're signing off today's episode of Tech and Trends with this last one from the Revival Chant.
Go, say.
Unfortunately, this is where time will permit us to bring the curtains down on today's episode of Tech and Trends with me, your girl, Steph Annie. And thank you for making time with us on the show today. And don't forget to subscribe onto our social media platforms at My Dominion TV across all social media platforms. It was great making time with you. Don't forget to stay woke because it's Wake Up Africa. Let's let Kwaku and Biadola do the rest.
My girl Steffi, Ross, you got to understand the anointing. I like your look, girl. That was real good, man. Definitely, though. It's got a lot of nominations. I'm so excited about that. Telling us that why not? You can add groove to the gospel. That's gospel groove. We're going somewhere, yeah? All righty. How about we get back? I promised you I was going to make you fishers of men, right? Now it's time for us to get into your finances. We're trying to teach you how to make it in the marketplace because everywhere has a language. Now, if you cannot speak the language of the marketplace, that's you going down the drain, okay? So we have Mr. Simon. You know that when we start to talk about money or finances, the financial evangelist is in the house. Mr. Senanu, good morning to your nice self. Always in white. Sometimes I feel like, are you taking a cue from the former finance minister? So that the OSB doesn't come and look for you.
I will consider that.
Oh my God. Anyway, so we started to talk about the things that we do wrongly in the marketplace. One thing that really stuck with me is the fact that we don't plan right. Yeah. So some people start off a business, they don't have a business plan. And so the idea is that if you don't have a business plan, how about you start off planning weekly and then monthly, and you start to do all of that. And I think that has really resonated with me because I'm guilty as charged. Sometimes you want to start up, it's like, let me just sell the wig and all of that. So you sell it to your friends and family, make money. You think, oh, okay, we're in business. But then when it gets to reality, where we need to now go in for loans and stuff like that, we're like, oh, okay, there's no plan, so we don't really know how to go about it. And I really enjoyed that session. But today I want us to look at, some of the kingdom, why some kingdom entrepreneurs fail in business. Again, but I want us to touch first on leadership. I believe leadership is a mindset. To be able to lead. Imagine a lion leading a flock of sheep. Great, right?
Yeah.
But imagine a sheep leading lions. I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know where they'll go or what they will achieve. So a matter of mindsets, a matter of where we want to go. Is it that we as Christians are too spiritual to think leaders? Or we just have the tendency to overlook these things, even in the marketplace? What exactly is the problem when it comes to leadership?
Okay, so the subject of leadership is a subject of mindset.
Right.
As you've rightly said. Of course, you watch Animal Geography, you see a lion attacking a hippopotamus, a lion attacking an elephant. And you ask yourself, why would you even attempt this? In terms of size, you don't get there.
Exactly.
There is a mindset of the lion. So you were a Christian, you just got born again a few years ago. You're not too educated, but you started this catering business.
Right.
Your Christian faith should tell you that from this small place I've started in my house, in the next 5 years, I can have 5 or 3 branches scattered across the capital. Okay. It's a mindset.
Okay.
Yes, and sometimes, as believers, we fail to translate what we hear in church into practical life.
Oh, preach.
Yes. So it's not a matter of that our pastors are not good or they are preaching the wrong sermons. But sometimes there's a lot of difficulty in translating the message into reality.
Okay.
Other than that, everybody's life will be changed in the church anyway. So that's a problem of leadership. And leadership is majorly hindered by the thinking patterns of the person running the business. So for instance, like you said, you started selling wigs or maybe started selling some clothing, and you are assuming that somehow that apart from family members and friends, I can't have other people to buy from me because of the kind of things I sell. So by that alone, you are limiting the potential of the business in terms of where you want the business to be.
Right.
Don't forget, your vision as a leader also affects your team. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1 to 3. So write it down, make it plain, so that those who are running will be able to see clearly and run well. So if as a leader, you don't have a clear vision of where you want the business to be in 5 years' time, in 3 years' time, your team will not have a clear roadmap in terms of work and how to go about the work.
Wow. Take us through, I'm thinking that maybe this lady watching us or gentleman watching us is not yet at a point where they have a team.
Yes.
So it's a solo business, and maybe they're selling phone covers, or they have all these bank agents or something like that. How do they table all these visions of what should be going into the things that they can table down as part of their leadership plan, even before the team comes in?
Good question, Biadela. But to simplify it, leadership begins with self.
Great.
If I can't lead myself, I cannot lead any other person. I can't lead my business. So a young lady or a young man, you've just started a business, maybe you are doing a retail of clothing or probably selling phones or phone accessories or whatever it may be. You start by leading yourself. What time do you open your shop?
As and when I feel like it.
So that is where leadership begins.
Yeah.
When you make daily sales, how are you able to manage the money? That is where leadership, because all these things, if you don't do them right, when you get others to join you, the mess will just increase. It will not change anything. So you start by leading yourself. When do I wake up? When I wake up, what do I do? What time do I get to the shop or my office? When I get to the office, what are my plans for the day in terms of the business? Financials for the business, in terms of what I'm going to do to get sales today.
So you have a to-do list.
Yeah,
journal.
That's how leadership starts, to-do list,
Right.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. You are organizing yourself so you can be more productive. So leadership begins with leading yourself, being in charge of your life. Yes.
I see. So it means that we're getting into business, but we're starting with you. We're changing your mindset. We're trying to make the business look appealing to yourself. So if I cannot buy for my own business, then it means that it's not appealing to the next person, right?
No.
Okay. So we're looking at time that we're waking up, how we want the business to look great. We're doing a to-do list.
Yes.
We're doing
I mean, in terms of business,
evaluation
yes.
of what we bring in,
Yes.
what goes up, profit margin.
Yes.
What else are we adding to record keeping?
Record keeping, yeah.
What else are we adding to this to make us better?
Marketing, what are you going to do in the day to bring in new business?
Okay,
Yes.
customer service.
Customer service, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I see. But what are some of the things that an individual should go through when they probably have gone through all of these things, but they feel like they're failing at their business? We spoke about mentoring and all of that. Yes, I know that's on the side. But how do you fix your problem? You're just one person solving this. How do you fix all these things so that by the time the team comes in, you know how these things are fixed? How do you do that? How do you discipline yourself enough to fix problems? Are you going to be hard on yourself like, we will not spend this amount of money again?
Yeah.
But how do you keep those things up? How do you keep yourself in check?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, the best form of motivation comes from within.
Right.
You agree with me? There are days you just even to wake up from bed and start the day, you just feel like that day will be declared as a national sleeping day.
Oh, Lord.
So you just relax and be on the bed.
Are you a prophet?
You know, we all feel the same way. But that is where discipline and self-pushing comes in.
Right.
There is no other way around. There is no drug you will take or medications I can prescribe. That is the only way out. Be motivated so much that if your business has a problem, you can decide to say, I'm not sleeping. I'm going to spend the night meditating and thinking through this particular aspect of the business until I get an answer. So if I get an answer at 3 a.m., I'm going to bed at 3 a.m. If I get the answer at 2 a.m., that is the time I am going to bed. So you sit, you think, you analyze, you criticize until you get the solution.
You sit.
Yes.
You think.
Yes.
You analyze.
Yes.
You criticize.
Until you get a solution.
You get a solution.
Yes, and I have done this. It works.
Right.
You see, the problem is that sometimes we don't want to stretch ourselves. You've been selling to people. One customer has been giving you problem all the time. So by emotions, you assume that, okay, let me cut the customer off. But that customer may be teaching you a particular lesson. All you need to do is to sit down and look at the issues objectively. And you will get an answer to it.
I see.
Yeah. So it comes back to putting in all measures to lead yourself, all aspects, your emotional, your technical skills, your sales skills, and make sure that you are properly positioned to succeed as a business person.
And that's how you can actually lead other people.
Exactly. It becomes easier. Yes.
But if you're able to do this yourself, I appreciate that in business, people might overlook temperaments and all of that, but it's a part of our lives.
Yeah.
So probably you are the one who is self-motivated. You're very meticulous. You know what you want, know how to go about it. When you were doing the business, it was speeding up. It was good. Then it expanded and you bring people in. How do you manage the expectation and the temperament of your workers so that they're able to fit into your goal? Because some people come in, they don't shout at me, but the person is your cash cow.
Yes.
Because the person can do well in the business, but there are other aspects that is dragging you back. I mean, in terms of leadership, how do you manage that?
Okay, so the first thing is, we are all different. God intentionally did that for variety purposes. You cannot expect that everyone who comes to join your team should be exactly like you.
Thank you.
Even in marriage, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this guy is very, very good technically in the company. But the least provocation, that whole day the office must be shut down. And when he gets angry, it's like thunder and fire.
Hey, Jesus.
You must find a way around managing these people. When you look at your own life sometimes, you realize that there are some aspects of your life, if you were creating yourself, you would have deleted those parts. We're all not perfect.
Yeah.
So you accommodate other people with their weaknesses. Remember, you need their strength. So you can't throw the entire human being away. So you collaborate. You also try to compromise.
Okay.
The person says that I cannot do with shouting. There is no way of insisting that the correction must always come in the form of shouting. So compromising will help you to be able to work with any kind of people because you understand their strengths, which you need, and then you should be able to manage their weaknesses as well.
What then is the boundary to that? At what point can the business and myself not take that anymore? We have to let
the boundary issue comes in when the behavior is now affecting the productivity of the work.
Right.
If it has nothing to do with the work, it should be managed. If it's affecting the business, it's affecting the way customers come in, the customers are complaining because of this particular person, I will not do business with you again, then that's a red flag.
Okay.
You've got to address it immediately.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. Where is God in all of this? Where is the God factor in the marketplace? We hear that, the marketplace is a rough place, right? And we're trying to lead ourselves first and lead other people. Where does God come in?
So first of all, I have stated on this platform that God himself is a businessman. God is an entrepreneur. God is profit-oriented. So the concept of enterprise and industrialization comes from him.
Right.
It means that every aspect of the business, God should be involved.
Okay.
From ideation, conceptualization, to product development, God should be involved. From taking the product or the service to the marketplace, God should be involved.
Okay.
From addressing and dealing with all kinds of customers, God should be involved. From managing the finances of the business, God should be involved. So you just have to engage God along the value chain of the business, every aspect of it. There is no aspect that you can say, let me ask for this part, let me take God out. No. Yes, everything comes from him. The idea of a camera came from God. Yes, the moon has been reflecting light for years. As to which machine is giving supply to the moon, we all don't know. But we know that the moon gives us light. The sun has been like that for years. The Chinese are trying to create artificial sun. Yes, you know. So God is virtually everything around us, technology, anything. You just have to tap into that aspect of him. Other than that, you get used to just the miracles and the other bits.
Right.
Yes.
So even in the marketplace as a Christian,
Yes.
you don't forget
No.
your God. I've seen a lot of Christians who started off in the church, the part of prayer was sha sha sha. And then we get into the marketplace, we're making money, and the proceeds or the honor doesn't go back to God. How does that affect us?
Okay, so it has to do with the genuineness of heart. Yeah, your heart, the state of your heart will always expose you. If your love for God is genuine, wherever you are, you maintain the love. If the love is not genuine, circumstances can easily shake the foundation of your love. So the love must be deep. Even between a husband and wife, we know what the love is deep. No matter which part of the world the person is, you are in constant communication.
Yeah.
You are together. So if your love for God is genuine, I don't think landing on a big contract that will change the house you live in, change the cars you drive, should change your love for God. If small money comes into your pocket and you stop going to church, stop going to all night and things, it's just, just giving credence to the fact that the love is not deep.
You never really love
No,
him.
no, no, no.
That's why you will not support his work with the
Of
financial
course.
resources.
Of course. Because you see, where your heart is, that is where your money goes. So if you don't really love God, you'll be in the church, you make a lot of money, but you look at your tithe and you ask yourself, why should all this go to God? They are building a church. They say, bring money. You say, no, all this cannot go to God. I need to sort out myself first. The love is not deep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. Let's get to one very critical thing that people don't do. Record keeping.
Yes.
Record keeping. I have met people, I've been guilty of that a few times. I've met people who feel like, okay, we're just starting the business, so it's just small money that's coming in. What's the point in writing it? It's just 3 CDs or it's 2 CD. That's my how does that affect business in the long run?
Okay, so Proverbs 27:23 says, be diligent to know the state of thy flocks.
Right.
Then the subsequent verses say that riches are not forever. But the first part is be diligent to know the state of your flocks. So this is a kind of an agricultural term. You must be able to know the state of the business at every point in time. If I ask you last month, February, what was your total sales? It shouldn't be a struggle. When I ask you February, the month of February, which is the past month, how much was your profit? You should be able to give that information easily. Other than that, then you are just joking. Because you can't be running a business and you don't know the records. You don't have the figures on your fingertips. So somebody may say, like you said, oh, I've just started a small thing. What does the Bible say? If you are not faithful in that which is least, who will commit to your care bigger things? So the recording of the 3 CD, the 5 CD and thing means that when you get 10 CD, you can record. When you get 20 CDs, you can record.
Take us to a practical way of recording purposes.
Yes.
This is a small business.
Yes.
Or maybe an intermediary kind of business. How do we do record keeping and do it right? Okay. What are some of the things we should be looking at?
Okay, so you are selling Sobolo.
Okay.
Packed, Sobolo in a bottle.
Yeah.
So how much does it cost you to produce 20 of them? Get these drinks and put them into the bottle. What is the cost of the bottles you have? The 20 bottles, you record it down.
Okay.
The drink, putting it together, buying the product, and then doing all the things you have to do. How much does that also cost you? That is going to determine how much you will price per bottle of the Sobolo.
Right.
Because you are bringing into total the cost of producing the bottle of the drink. Next, the Bia de la Cause, she's a Canadian, she needs 5 bottles delivered to her. What is the cost of transportation in sending it to her? Who is going to bear the cost of this?
Okay.
It has to be recorded. You may say, okay, the client will pay for it. Yes, it has to be recorded. But don't forget, the client paying for it can also determine whether the client will want to order next time. Because probably the cost of the delivery may scare off the client.
Exactly.
Though the price of the bottle of Sobolo is cheap.
Right.
So that is why you got to put all these records down. Now, at the end of the day, if the client is paying for it, it means you are getting more profit. Because your cost of production is known and you can determine how much to sell it. So at the end of the week, you can tell how many bottles you were able to sell and how much came in. You can also determine how much you paid for deliveries. Because some customers will say, 60 cedi delivery is too much. Can I pay 30? So you also pay 30. So along the way, out of 20 bottles, there were 5 of them that you have to share the cost with the client. You record that. So at the end of the week, you can tell how many were sold, the cost of transportation from your side. Because the ones the client pay may not really bother to you directly, but you got to record it anyway. So you can know your profit and how much you said. Now, you have to analyze this figure well and then use it to plan for the following week.
How?
How do I cut down on transportation?
Okay.
How do I increase my profit margin? Are there places where I can get the bottles at a cheaper price? What I used to do the Sobolo itself. Other places I can go probably to the direct source. So the price can also come down a little.
Is that not the reason some people compromise on quality of the product? So people start off business, maybe it tastes really nice, everything is intact, and then you start to taste now, or probably the food vendors start to taste later. You're like, the quality of, the food is reduced. Is it not because of these things? Is that not a downturn?
Practically, that could be a factor. But you, as a business person, which direction do you want to go? Are you passionate about giving something to people that is of a lower quality because you want to make a lot of money? So you make money for 2 years, after that nobody wants to come to you? Or you want to remain in the business for 10 years? If you want to remain in the business for 10 years plus, then you can't compromise on quality because you want profit. Don't forget there are businesses that you have to run for at least about 2 years or even 3 years before you start making the full profit.
Please tell us. Tell us real quick. Because, we have people who are like, they start business in 6 months.
Yes.
I'm not making profit of this, so I don't think it is profitable. Can you run us through some businesses where you would need like the gift of long suffering before you start to make profit? Yeah? Take us through some of these businesses.
So let me just make this statement again.
Yeah.
So we all know Amazon.
Right.
Yes. Amazon, when the founder was in Seattle many years ago, he got the idea, blah, blah. It took him about 10 years to declare full year profit. I cannot go into the nitty-gritties, but I know there are some basic businesses that at least you need some amount of time to be able to say that. If you go and buy a dress and you want to sell, you can get an instant profit. The Sobolo case, you can get instant profit. But if you look at something like, probably even like running a school, it will take time. Yes, really, that's the one I can think about. But there are businesses that it will always take time to make profit. And let me also say that the gift of long suffering you spoke about is very essential in business. Because sometimes God can lead you to start a business and you're expecting that in 6 months' time, the profit should be coming in. And if it doesn't come, you can easily give up. There are different businesses that the rate of even breaking even, they are not the same. They can be longer. Yes, and the time of even making a stable profit can also keep very, very long. Yeah, so it may not be that you are in the wrong business. You just have to be patient. Remember, in one of our discussions, I mentioned that don't rush into a business because others are doing it. Do your investigations. Ask all the relevant questions. Because somebody may be making huge profit today. It has taken him 5 years, 10 years to get to that level. When you even ask the questions, the idea of which business it takes longer to get profit or to start getting the profit, you will get all the answers. Though I've just given you one example.
I see. Wow. That's a big one. So we need to know the business we're getting into and what we normally see on the market, how long it takes people to make profit. So that by the time you're getting into it, you know that for this business, it's going to take me about 2 years or a year to make profit, But in some cases, I know that maybe you do a lot of mentorship for a lot of people. In the case where in that course of the business, you feel like you're unable to maybe sustain it or supply, what other things can be done to sustain a business, which is a cash cow, until it begins to produce? What can you do as a business person?
So that is why your investigations from the start must be done well. If you do a proper investigation before getting into the business, you already know that this is a long-term thing. It will take me 5 years. It will take me 3 years. Yes, I'm mentioning these numbers because there are people who may want to go and buy a hotel to rebrand and do a new business. That's a typical one that will take you some time to be able to do it. You want to go and buy somebody's old school, rebrand the school, and restart again. It will take you time. So if you do your original work well, it gives you an idea how many years it will take you, then how much money would I need to invest So if you're investing the money, you're not worried because you know 3 years' time, you start getting the reward of what you want. If you don't do the calculations well, that is where the case of starting and then hanging in between comes in. Because somebody told you that this work, if you put money into it, you will get a lot of profit. You say, yes. You also had a lot of money. So no proper investigation, questioning, you just pump the money there. Then halfway through, you realize, no, the money is gone. And the business has not gotten anywhere. So you are hanging. That scenario should be avoided.
Okay.
Because when you get to that level, there are two things that will happen. You either have to abandon the whole business, you lose your money, or you have to go and look for a loan to be able to push into the business. Remember, the loan they're going to give you conditions of repayment, and sometimes it can be so cumbersome and very depressing. So I will advise, take your time, do your investigations well before you release the money into that particular enterprise. I mentioned earlier on that people who have money, they are difficult to advise. Because sometimes the person feels, I have the money. Who are you to talk to me? When I was making my money, where were you?
That's quite true.
Yeah.
Right. So, because, when you were lying down in poverty, nobody asked what's the source of your poverty.
Yes.
And now that you are rich, they say, what's the source of your riches?
Exactly.
So nobody can advise you.
Yeah.
I see people who get into smaller businesses to feed the
bigger one.
The bigger business. Can you run us through the modalities of that? Is that a good thing to do? To do a smaller business that will feed a bigger business, and what are some of the risks involved in doing
Yes, it does. So let's say, for instance, you work in the bank for 10 years. You want to go into consulting.
Okay.
That's your passion. That's what you want to do for life. Consulting, helping SMEs to put their financial records together, training corporations on basic financial management stuff and all that. Probably you're an accountant and all that. You've left the bank. Now you'll not be your monthly salary. The money may not be coming as you want. And that kind of business will also take time, even though you may depend on referrals to kickstart.
Okay.
But if you can start cooking and doing soups for families who are very busy over the weekend, you do the okra stew for them, you take your money. That's a very smart business. That can be sustaining you and giving you some money that you can now start pushing into your consulting business, which you are looking at least kickstarting in the next 3 years, or at least stabilizing it in 3 years' time. Maybe you may want to sell some products. That's also another smarter one. So sometimes what you are really passionate about that you want to do, that is your big business, may not bring you the money immediately. But there are side gigs that you can do, get you some income so that you can build capacity to go into full-time, the bigger business that you have for yourself.
So it's a good thing we can do
It's a good thing. Everybody should be able to do that.
There's no risk attached to it?
There are risks attached to it, just like every other thing in life. You have to calculate your risk. There is also always an issue of calculating the risk.
Yes.
Because there is no risk-free anywhere. Yes.
I see. Well, so now we know. We're getting into business. It's your passion. It's what you want to do. It's what you want the world to know you for. But for that kind of business that you're choosing, it's going to take some time to make profit, and it's acceptable. So now we're learning that you can have small businesses on the side, of which the proceeds from that one can feed into. So you don't have to be, okay, I just want to do this and that's what I'm doing, and you're suffering. No. If you can do other businesses and use those ones as stepping stones for your bigger picture, that would help. Right?
Yes.
Right. Let me take your last words before.
Yeah, so my last words is on Proverbs 27:23. You've got to know the state of your flocks. You must know the state of the business in which you are. If God appears to you tonight and say, Nelson, how much money do you need to invest in
$40 billion, Lord.
So
please.
you see, the number you are going to mention will depend on if you know your financial.
Right.
So you have to know the state of your business. Don't be running a business and you are ignorant about the facts and the detail. It's not even the nature of God. God loves fact. God loves numbers. God loves the details. So get to know your business. Make time for your business. Remember, that's what will sustain you. Your house, your car, they are all hidden in your business.
Right.
That you're running. Your fame, everything. So get to know the state, and that will help you to build a better business.
Okay. So it's not only for shepherds now. It's also for business people. Be diligent to know the state of your business. Thank you so much, Mr. Simon. As for you, get Mr. Simon's books, okay? It's on finance. There's a lot of things that you can learn. You have some on Amazon, right?
Yes, I have Why Some Christian Entrepreneurs Fail in Business. It's on Amazon.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you should also get that copy. Read it. Let me your business Bible. And then we'll see. You see, now we become a kingdom financier. You won't respect us again. Anyway, thank you to the Bank Hospital for supporting the morning show. And thank you so much to Kelly Keys for sorting my clothing out. I really love this dress. Thank you, Kelly Keys. You can find her on Pinterest or Instagram. It's Kelly Keys Collect. Okay. All right. So there's a conversation that's coming up. A marriage between agriculture and technology, which is the way to go. We want to know how to do business now in agriculture. And it's an African conversation. It's good for startups. It's good for people who are getting into agri. And it's a conversation that you must be a part of. So you want to join us on our socials whilst Coco prepares to have this discussion with these gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Some Duke on the vibe.
This year, blessing, money, testimony. Go to follow, you they go.
This year, good news, giant, plenty money. Go to follow, you they go.
Everything I've been wanting, manifesting for my life.
Everything you've been wanting, manifesting for your life.
Even before you call, you don't answer prayer. My papa is too shy, no fit for your hand. Even before you call, you don't answer prayer. My papa is too shy for your hand. Money, testimony. Go to follow, you they go.
This year, good news, giant, plenty money. Go to follow, you they go.
Action Chapel International Rich Community Kumasi presents Overwhelming Miracle Sunday on Sunday, 30th March 2025. Venue 31 Volta Street, adjacent Noble House Restaurant. Morning session 8 a.m. and evening session 5 p.m. Entry is free. Overwhelming Miracle Sunday with anointed music ministry from ACP Kofi Sapon, Reverend Sami Obinpoku, The Blood Crew, and Nama Atayabua. Overwhelming Miracle Sunday with words of wisdom from Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. Don't miss out. Join Action Chapel International Rich Community Kumasi for the Overwhelming Miracle Sunday.
Paying for your Showmax is easy. Just choose your preferred payment method from these easy and convenient options. MTN Momo, Visa or MasterCard, Showmax vouchers at DStv or GOtv sales agents, or use a promo code. Enter your payment details and hit submit. Showmax. Pay easy, stream easy.
I wanted to make it a surprise.
Why?
I knew the dramatic appearance would excite everyone.
I've been looking for you for a very long time.
Why are you so intimidated?
But just complain that I'm fat.
But you are fat.
Here is my son.
Give me what I want and I will set you free.
Stop. Jesus has set me free.
Yes, Lord.
We just go around just making statements that are not even biblical. God reveals to redeem. It's not in the Bible. God reveals so we can walk, so we can enforce the word of God and the scriptures over the enemy's intent. Any hope and expectation the enemy has concerning your family and your loved one, by the eternal blood of Jesus, we override that hope. We override that expectation. Put your hands together and override it.
The Voice of Inspiration, weekdays and Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. only on Dominion TV.
One upgrade is nice, but a double upgrade is amazing. And that's how we do it. Upgrade today to get even more with Step Up. If you're on GOtv Max and upgrade to GOtv Super, you'll get way more with GOtv Super Plus.
It's so cool.
Get big value. Get big entertainment.
Very good.
Perfect! Upgrade and get even more with GOtv.
Yeah.
GOtv. Love it.
Prayer is a daily necessity for daily triumph.
Africa, we must unite.
We are getting Abrahamic rewards, but we are running away from Abrahamic responsibilities.
Where should Africa sit and stand in this new world order?
Africa has the youngest, fastest growing population. That's a blessing, but it's also a challenge.
Yeah.
Who did God describe as the man after his own heart?
David.
Adam.
My experience, nothing short of amazing.
I never believed I'll be able to do this. Dominion TV's Emerging Leaders program has taught me skills about marketing in a corporate setting.
My name is Danny Glover, and you're watching
Dominion TV.
Welcome back. Thank you very much for joining us and connecting with us wherever you are. For those of you watching us across the world, you can also watch us, if it's Facebook, it's fine. But of course, we're also streaming live on X, on YouTube, My Dominion TV. Connect with us. Drop your comments, your thoughts, your submissions, and your questions. I'll be glad to share with the rest of the world. At some point as well, we'll be opening the phone lines where you can call in real time from wherever you're watching us from, and also sending your contributions as well, real time indeed. Well, let's talk about, we started talking about startups yesterday. The focus was building scalable businesses. Again, as I have pointed out, we rely heavily on our arable lands. Whether or not we are utilizing all of them is one conversation we could have another day. But the focus really is on agriculture and whether or not we can make gains and large strides in that particular ecosystem. As I also mentioned yesterday, it's no-brainer that the Deputy Minister for Agriculture, Mr. John Dumelu, is a young person. I don't know what the president wants to do, but wants to draw young people into that ecosystem, have them participate more, take away the frustrations because they can see young people do it, a young person do it. Christian Latte, Panti Sakwa Ebenezer, Stephen, Deborah Obobi are all from CES Consults in various you know, I don't know how they came about this, but they're looking like startups to me. They'll get to share with me soon. But Christian is an agribusiness enthusiast. He's a co-founder and chief executive officer for CES Consults. Penty Sakwa is still an enthusiast, also a co-founder, and also the acting CEO, Green Team Processing, and co-founder, CES Consult. So all of you are co-founders?
Yes, please.
3 of you?
Yes.
Or there are more co-founders?
No.
Just the 3 of you?
Just the 3 of us.
What's CES Consult?
Okay, so I'd like to start with the story about how we came about. So I remember in 2020, we met on the campus of University of Ghana, and 3 young men. One thing, we embarked on a trip, and we realized that from the Volta region stretch, going towards Apajatu, there is a lot of lands available for farming. And there's a scenario where Ukraine war COVID had started. Then we headed into the Ukraine war. We got to realize that Ukraine sponsors or provides Africa with cereals and corns, which is very alarming, because considering the land size we have in Africa and how fertile our lands are, why should we be importing maize? We should be importing cereals and poultry products, which was very alarming. So 3 people with different backgrounds. My brother here, Panti, has a background in oil production and maize and cocoa.
Okay.
My brother there is an agribusiness person. He also has in livestock and in poultry. I myself am into maize. So why don't we combine our expertise so that we do things and exploit our fathers could not do and build upon it? So we decided to start CES Consult. That is where CES Consult started from.
Do I take it that CES, Christian, Ebenezer, and Stephen?
All right.
We'll take a vox pop. We went to the street. We were asking friends, young people, on what they feel could make them go into agriculture, and also the introduction of technology into that. Take a watch. When we come back, the conversation is here. Stay with us.
My name is Gina. Margaret. I'm Coco.
All right, so I think modern or digital technology can help solve Africa's food security problems. This is so in the sense that these tools can help improve productivity. Tools like the drones, sensors, and AI weather forecasting machines can help farmers detect how the weather will be, how the season will be, and all that. And also, I think this technology can also help prevent food wastage.
Yes, but not alone. It can by improving farm productivity through smart tools and AI-driven weather forecast.
Yes, it can, because it will help farmers to access their customers through the internet. Some social medias like TikTok, Facebook has now become very famous and popular, and people are there. So it will help the farmer to meet his clients through the social media space, and will help avoid food insecurity.
Yes, because it offers innovation opportunities, food security solutions, and then economic growth through employment. So modernization and better incentives could make it attractive to the youth.
Looking at our population keep on increasing, and when our population keep on increasing, we like the labor force also increases, and for us to get food supply and other things, if the youth which are energetic and other things, if they involve themselves in their agriculture, I think it will increase our supply in food. We won't have to import food from outside countries, and at least if they don't even have it as the main career or something, like a side job, a backyard garden or something like that, it helps to improve our agriculture sector in Ghana.
Also, that's what they thought, the issues of technology connecting or integrating itself into agriculture. How long have you been running this? For how long? How many years?
Oh, we started in 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
So about 4 years now.
4 years. How has it been?
Well, let me chip in. I want to add up to what Christian said about what we do as CS Consult. You see, basically we are youth, and it's very common for us to give, a perspective to what the youth would think in regards to agriculture, as compared to the average Ghanaian farmer. So CS Consult, basically our core value is to make agriculture appealing to the youth. Because as I said, if you see me, I'm in my youthful age and I'm engaging in agriculture, so I can easily convince a fellow brother to also join in the agriculture space. Because what we have found out is that for increased urbanization means we need to also increase food production. And then if you compare the average Ghanaian smallholder farmer, which is about 55 to 60 years, it clearly shows that, agriculture in Ghana, or let me say in Africa, is not sustainable in a way. So we need to, get more youth into agriculture in order to make it sustainable. So one of our core values is to make sure that we get more youth into agriculture, not necessarily you being on the farm to farm, but then wherever you are as a youth, you can contribute your quota in supporting agriculture in Ghana.
Let's go back a bit. You think that a 40 to 50-year-old farmer who has been doing it for the longest is just an average farmer?
I'm not saying an average as in experience, but I'm trying to say an average age.
Okay. No, yes. I know the average age. Okay. I'm saying the person has got experience.
Yes, experience.
So it's gone through the issues of whether or not they were relying on just the weather.
Okay.
Now to climatic changes where they cannot rely. They cannot even get irrigated. But of course, he's being able to keep the farm running for all these years.
Yes.
You think that this person does not have that knowledge to pass on to you as a young person?
Oh, they have.
Right.
Truth be told, they have. But then currently, you see, there's transformation in the agricultural sector. Previously, let me say in the early 20s or in the early 20th century, there were what we call the electromechanization revolution in terms of the agricultural space. And then in the mid-20s, we came to what we call the green revolution. And then now agriculture is on the cusp of a new revolution. That is a digital transformation, or the digital, the space. We are entering into the digital space. So we feel now if we are able to leverage these digital innovations in agriculture, yes, though our forefathers were trying in terms of agriculture, but then in this time around, if we're able to leverage these digital innovations in our agriculture, it is going to increase productivity. It is going to, increase productivity in terms of yields, and then also cut costs and increase profit.
I see.
Yes. So even though they were trying, we are of the view that if we are able to leverage these technologies in making agriculture more efficient and easy doing, it will increase productivity. So yeah, they might be experienced, but then they are not of that experience in terms of the use of digital tools in.
Interesting.
Also, I also think the word average is relative, because in every society that we build on, we start with its historical antecedent. In every world revolution, as my brother talked about, we had people who had a broader idea, knowledge, and the world is also changing at a very faster pace. So it could happen maybe an approach that was actually accepted in the past is not working right now. Example, currently there have been changes in genetic modeling. Some plants and say virus and bacteria, microbes, their genetics are changing. So maybe some medication that used to work at first is not working again. At first, they used to extract, say, part of neem tree to spray on animal for it to kill them. Now it doesn't work. At first, our parents used to tell us that they used to burn some plants at night to scare off mosquitoes and stuff. But now it's not working again. The word average is relative also, in a sense that maybe some of the things that we used to do in the past now will not hold longer. So people will be tempted to choose someone who is more, who has been more innovative inclined, who has learned more. That's why even our parents must still, in time, consult even those who are still in school and have the skill and experience so that they can also learn more. So I think as human being, you will continue to be an average person. The moment you choose not to learn again or not to say improve, say someone who is a doctor, right now there have been changes in the treatment of some disease conditions, some operation methods, and imagine that same doctor thinks what he used to know about 15 years ago should still be the way of treatment. The person might be lacking, and the person wouldn't be competitive compared to his fellow colleagues here. So that's what I think.
The case of the basic challenges that face agri have to do with inputs.
Yeah.
So you are looking seeds, you are looking fertilizer, and if you like now irrigation, if you like we relying on the weather and all of that. Is your focus technology driven or focused?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
What we do basically, it's in two parts. What I'll say is we have the technological part, and we also have how we help the farmers. So in terms of the climate you mentioned and things, we have the view that we use a drip system, which allows the plants to have the maximum amount of water. It's very unique compared to the olden days. The olden days, they used to use water cans and other tools to allow water onto the plant. But most of the times, with now the weather, it can evaporate off quickly. But with the drip system, it allows the soil to have maximum moisture content so that the plants can have maximum water absorption. So what we do is we use all these technological tools, the aerial drones in spraying, like how Zipline uses the drones to supply drugs. We use it to spray and to also take aerial view, know which part of the farm is being infected by the pest and other diseases. We use other tools to also track our farm data, which is very important. Now, the world is a data-driven world. If you do not use data, you will lag behind. Even in our poultry department, our livestock department, we're able to use data to track each animal, their production and how they are feeling, their health and everything. When we come to the technological side, that is marketing products. So what we do is we use platforms like LinkedIn and like TikTok and other platforms they mentioned to get a client that is trusted, assured clients, and even expertise of people who are outside. So my brother can tell you we've contacted people who are outside who are willing to be our patrons for free, to even impact knowledge on us. So when my brother was speaking, he was saying our forefathers, they are our patrons. They are people we learn from. But when we learn from them, we improve upon it. So like how this current president is doing, he has made the senior most people, elder people, go to the advisory roles. And he has allowed the young people to take over. Now, the average age you were speaking about being 55 plus. Now, urbanization...
Oh, he had mentioned the average age. He had mentioned.
Yes, my colleague mentioned the average age. Now, let's watch this. In the next 10 years, these people will be 65. He can't go to the farm every time.
Exactly.
Now, with how we eat, if you take Accra and its environs, roughly hypertension is one killer disease affecting a lot of people. There are a lot of old age diseases that will kick him. But now, if you watch, Accra has gone beyond Kaswa. Accra has gone beyond Teman or Yarifa, and it's going at a faster rate. We are increasing in population every year. And now, agriculture is not only a side job, it's a main job. It's a sustainable way of gaining gainful employment to the youth. And we want to stress on the youth because the youth are the people to drive us to the future. The youth are the people to lead us to the next decade or millennia. If they do not have this knowledge on their fingertips, we'll be relying on old information that may not be scalable, may not be profitable. Because we've heard agriculture is a business for, let's say, I don't want to use the word poor or middle income people. But I want to say that there have been people who have done agriculture to the extent that they are millionaires. Even our current millionaires in Ghana are entering into rice farming. It should tell you that if it's not scalable, if it's not sustainable, if it cannot make you rich or it cannot improve on your lifestyle, they will not enter into it. Because a man like Mr. Richard Niamakwe is entering into rice farming. A man like Mr. Jaspon has entered into rice farming. It should tell you that
President Mahama,
all these people have farms. One thing I've realized that most of the youth want quick money. They want it to be quick. Agriculture is a slow, steady pace. You have to be patient.
Just like any business.
Just like any business. You start small. It's a gradual process. You have to take your time and go according to each step. If you try to cut corners, you will end up getting hurt yourself. Because you may invest and you may cut corners. The moment you start cutting corners, you may end up hindering your own progress. We've seen startups come and go. But how unique ours is we are a startup that wants to follow due procedures. We don't want to cut corners. We are here, we bring the farmers on board, we bring the youth on board. We even have a program where we allow seasoned farm extension officers to educate our farmers and to educate the youth on how they can best improve on their planting processes.
I see. How many young people have you gotten so far?
So far we are a team.
Sorry. He could do.
So far, I think we are about roughly 15. Yeah.
15?
15.
What's your projection like? So let's say, take it a year. How many people do you want to get into?
So a year, we are operating on a crowdfunding basis. So as I said, you can be anywhere. If you're a youth, you have the opportunity to contribute as little as you can.
Okay.
But actively, we have about 15, and we are projecting an increase. So we haven't done analysis work, but we are projecting an increase, definitely. An increase because people have demonstrated interest. Okay. As I said, one problem I see is that mostly we do what we do because we don't know. It's, let me say, as a result of ignorance. That is why we do what we do. So you could see sometimes we mostly talk that the youth are engaging in all sort of things. I don't want to mention names. But then we feel, or personally, I think maybe they do what they do because, one, they don't know, where they should go into or any opportunity. So we started this. And it will amaze you how many youth have showed interest. We are in the University of Ghana, and we almost get contact. But you see, in the business, you have to get, leads, and then you close some deals and all that. So actively, we have about 15 people who have showed interest. That not only to, come and join us to work, but then they are willing to, invest and get some return on their investment.
So you are still in school?
Produce. Yes, we are still in school.
So if I take it, you started this consult from level 100?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. And you are sure that when you leave school?
No, we did not start in level 100, start level 200.
2020.
Actually, we have FAMDs.
Okay. Oh, okay.
We had so 5 years. So 6 years, sorry.
All right. So so you are sure that after school, CES consult is going to stand?
Yeah,
definitely. In school is standing.
No, it's better in school because then you can see yourselves. You have meetings. When you go and then you start family, you have a girlfriend. He's got a girlfriend. He's got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
They are pulling you out.
One thing that I always say that the quality of your life depends on your contribution towards others. Sub-Saharan Africa itself, our GDP ratio, the 23% of being agriculture contributes about 23%, and about 60% of Africans have been known for farming, and that's what actually employed Africans. But yesterday, I do normally join these international forums to listen. Yesterday, I joined that of World Bank, and they were having discussion about Africa. African countries are actually taking shifts. People have actually surpassed this agriculture part, and they are now looking at the different dimensions altogether. Morocco itself is now thinking about technology, not only agriculture specific. So I went to the comment section and I was reading through. One reason that I realized is that Africans only complain, and that is not in relation to the person's level of education. You could see someone with the biggest degrees that you could ever think of. I can't just pinpoint any degrees of. And the only thing they were doing is complaining, while the whites only came in to just contribute to what they are doing. So say if Morocco itself, who is planning of hosting the World Cup in 2030, now thinks of how to improve its technology to make the place better for them to host their tournament. Ghana or say West Africa, we are known in production. Maybe say we are Ghana or West Africa, we are known for that of cocoa. So what can we do so that we can improve on our cocoa because it got to a time I learned even the outside world weren't interested in our produce again because of our our farming approach and also the quality of our produce, which is actually also alarming. So I think we must actually encourage all the youth. It shouldn't be something. I understand when you said maybe after school we'll go and get girlfriend and we'll.
No, I'm not saying.
Oh,
So all I'm just saying is that your needs.
Yes,
will
I understand,
become,
and
you know,
it is possible.
So,
it is possible. So if say all the biggest names that we know, as I mentioned earlier, Honorable Johnson, Edwin Ketia, President Mahama, Honorable Johnson Eto Dumbelo, who have, let's say, achieve everything in destiny, are still in today's venture. There's nothing we can actually think about. And right now, there are many avenues, many programs. The world itself now is focusing on, it's now focusing on climate and also agriculture. So if I'm into a field that I think can actually fetch me the resources that I need to make lives better, to impact on people's life in the long term, there's no need of me quitting. Just last 2-3 days, I had a conversation with someone in Uganda. The person is a political enthusiast and he's planning of running this parliamentary in his constituency. And he's also an agriculture enthusiast. And we've started discussing how we can improve agriculture itself, and also the way we can streamline things to make the youth themselves more interested in this field, because that's the only way we can curb this unemployment rate. And then if there is no job opportunities available, people will end up fighting and we will end up killing ourselves. The issues of galamsey, armed robbery and stuff still happen because I think maybe we are not providing the best avenue for the youth. Because right now, say a youth want to farm. The person is not.
Do they want to?
Some do. Some do. Just recently, we had a conversation with a certain regional minister. I can't mention the regional minister's name. He said they went to a certain galamsey site, and after they saw people mining, so they tried chasing them with military. So later they called them and approached them, and they asked them, so why are they destroying our lands and water bodies? And to them, they were complaining that they don't have any job to do. So this is the only thing they are doing to survive. And he asked them, so what do you actually want to do? And they said they want to farm. Just in the nick of time, they're actually done with planting over 75 acres of land. Because maybe we haven't sensitized the ordinary Ghanaian.
So I think
that's why they are not actually venturing. Yeah.
Sometimes it's the awareness creation. And as I said, ignorance. I'm very heavy on that. Because if you are a person who have lived in Accra all your entire life, you don't have personal experiences with this agricultural thing we are saying. You almost think it is impossible, it cannot be done. How can you use agriculture to, make ends meet and all that? But it is very practical. If you are someone who have had a very, contact with this agriculture or something, you will know it is very practical. It is very practical to make money, especially if you are one who is in this digital space.
And can you show us, or have you started using the digital tools yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have
you started using it to farm?
So
what are they?
So in the poultry sector like this, we've been using the
How many birds do you have though?
So we initially, the first person we did it for had 1,000 birds.
Oh, so you are not manning the farms yourself?
The poultry one, but we have a livestock with him, and we have a oil palm plantation that we do with him and his father.
Okay.
So
your father owns a plantation?
Yes, he owns the land.
You own a poultry farm?
No, livestock. Livestock. But the poultry, we did it for someone.
Okay, so how many?
1,000 birds.
1,000 birds. And what did you do?
So the 1,000 birds, we use the what's it called? A-unit cage. So with the A-unit cage, it's very simple. It's not like the depleter.
Do you have pictures? Did you bring pictures?
We didn't bring pictures of the poultry,
Okay,
but I think
we sent him some videos pertaining the farming, but I don't know whether.
Okay.
So with the A-type.
I'm talking poultry.
No, we didn't bring pictures of that. So the how it is like the feed is on this lane. There's a lane with cage red birds, and the feed is on one lane, and the second lane is where the eggs are. So what we do is, instead of sometimes when the birds lay, you have to go through with the deflator. It's easy to spread diseases, and you may not be able to get your eggs quickly, or maybe picking your eggs, there may be stampede. Your birds may die in a stampede. So what we do is we cage the birds, 4 in a cage. So their feed is there, their water is in a lid, and the eggs, when they lay, the eggs immediately rolls to the egg layer. Then you just pick it and place it into your crate. So that one is a very quick, simple style. So yeah, it's a very
That's
quick.
it?
Yes. So
That's
it's a-
you?
No, this is not us.
This is something similar. Yeah.
Something similar. But what we did for the person, we didn't take pictures. So something similar. So you just pick the eggs and it's gone. You can be able to know that cage A produce X amount of X. So you may, when you get to maybe they are at 90% production, you may be able to know that this amount of X was produced by this crate. So when they start reducing in production rate, you can know that maybe the eggs they've exceeded their lifespan, or you may even push them to broilers and make them broilers. So this system allows us to track their health, their egg production, their feed consumption. It doesn't make us waste a lot of feed because feed is very expensive.
So it's not like it's entirely new. You are just making sure that they get the knowledge.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes, and we also do
something
it
like
for
that.
people. Yes.
Okay. All right. I see. Interesting. So this is one of the things you have done. So you did it for someone who had 1,000 birds.
Yes, please.
Who wanted to enter into poultry farm with starting with 1,000 birds.
Okay.
So this, we said this a youth, a person in his 30s, early 30s, who wanted to do something.
Okay. Did you take money?
Yes.
Okay. So you, no coffee will come. Yes,
Only.
no. Your plantation, is there anything new that you introduced to your father's farm?
As far
To
as
the average farmer's farm?
yeah, I think because we had created some ponds in a way that we channel this rainwater and we keep them to when maybe they are needed. That's during the dry season. So that's one of the ways that we've actually implemented. And as he said earlier, we're also using these drone systems and stuff.
You are using drone?
Yes.
You use drone on your father's farm?
Yes, we once tried. We were just experimenting since. Yeah, and
I see.
Also, there is an app that we've tried using, and that app itself can also help you to diagnose a certain plant disease for you to use, for you to implement the best treatment option.
Okay.
It wasn't built by Ghanaians, though, and because of that matter, we're also encouraging our fellow Ghanaians to do that, because I think these fellow African countries like the Nigerians, the Kenyans, and Rwandans are actually doing far better than us in this innovative aspect, the technology aspect, as far as agriculture itself is concerned. So we have used these avenues, yeah, and we've also, as he said, the CS Consult is also a platform where people can actually consult us. We are always available. So what we do is you can, anytime that you feel you're having a challenge, you can equally consult us. Then we discuss the issues with you. And if, say, we are not knowledgeable about the problem itself enough, we have people that we consult to. We have big men behind us who are actually also helping us in this situation. So we've been using this technology in vast area, and it depends on the condition that we're actually dealing with.
How long do you want to take this, and what's the goal like? 5 years, 10 years, 15 years?
Yes, so first of all, agriculture has, let me say, so many value chains. What we most at times focus on, or what is best advisable to start with, is, let's say, the pre-production and production. That is what it is known among us. But then moving forward, we want to be able to process some of our produce. I mean, if the challenge that is burdened with
CES.
Exactly, CES. So it's a business that's moving forward. I mean, in terms of scalability, let's say if at this point we're able to produce maize and sell the maize raw, there should be a time where we'll be able to process this maize into some product that will fetch more money. If we are able to farm tomatoes, that's as at now we are selling raw, a time should come we should be able to convert it into a product to solve a problem where we can sell. So we want to, moving forward, enter into all the agricultural value chains.
All of them.
Exactly. Marketing, processing, mechanization, and all that. So we want to scale this business to a point of such sorts. Yes.
I see.
And I think we are also here to solve problems. The amount of product that actually gets spoiled, that's due to post-harvest losses, is between 30 to 50%. And this is one of the reasons which is actually driving the youth away from, say, venturing into a business that should care not taking. Your produce will get lost or something. So we are also thinking about this blockchain supply. So as with our platform, you can actually order for something. Say you want maybe maize, but you don't know where you can actually source it. Should you contact us or something? We will have people, or we have people that we work with, that you can actually purchase it and deliver to you. So this is one of also another technological innovative approach that we are using. And in the long run, should the individual see they are having, see the rates of post-harvest losses has actually kept down up to about 5% due to see the reduce of these post-harvest losses, which is normally accounted by a low level of technology. I think the youth themselves will actually also gain this interest so that they will also venture into agriculture. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we are still having some conversation with young folks from CS Consults, Penty, Stephen, and Christian. They are here in the studios talking to us about what their goals and aspirations are with regards what they want to use the consult to do. You can call us. The phone lines are open and call us. Let's talk about them. You can also call and talk to them. You want to say something?
Yeah. So with the scalability you were talking about, so we are looking at in a 10 years time, we want to be able to get to a place that we will be feeding Africa in 10 years. But in a 5 years time, what we want to do is we are looking at how best we can finish with Ghana and West Africa. That is what we are looking at. We are looking at creating a consortium whereby young people will be driven into agriculture. Young people will be driven to become the leaders of our agricultural space and remove the notion that agriculture will not make you, let's say, live comfortably or will not make you rich. Agriculture can make you rich. It will take time. It will take patience. It will take you to start from your small size, dream big, and working towards it. That is what we want to do.
I see. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting thoughts. And so 15 people so far. Do they have farms?
So some have land and some have like invested in us.
Mm-hmm.
So those who have the lands, we have a way of dealing with them. Then we bring a client on board, depending on what the client wants to do and what the farmer also wants to do. We sit down and we go into details, how we can bridge the gap with that. That's also another one. Some, like we got people from LinkedIn that contacted us about sourcing palm oil, which was his area of expertise. Currently, we are working with the person and we are negotiating terms. Hopefully, by God's grace, we will be able to provide his needs to him. That is also another way we are helping the farmers and we are helping ourselves too. Instead of us doing the regular thing, complaining.
I see.
I believe, sorry.
Forgive me. Genevieve is calling us from Osu. Genevieve, can you hear us?
Yes, please. Good morning.
Good morning. You're on air. Talk to us.
Yes, I'm Genevieve, calling from Osu. Oh, those gentlemen, in fact, I'm even watching and my baby is disturbing me, but I still want to watch them. So my problem is right now, I have some gentlemen also at my end here, and they are doing nothing. They are supposed to watch all these things, but I don't know. But I want them to see a sort of this thing to them, inspiration to them. And maybe one day I'll contribute to their quota also.
Okay, so if I get you, Genevieve, you say you have some young people around you.
Doing nothing.
Oh, they are doing nothing.
No.
Okay, right. Are they your children or they are just people around?
Yes, they are my sister's children, so they are definitely my children.
Right. How many are they?
They are 3.
3 of them?
Yes, please.
And they are gentlemen?
No.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Okay, right. So we'll see how it goes. So probably after this, the show, you can put your contacts there. So Genevieve, keep watching the show. I ask them to put their contacts out there. Are you looking for people like that?
Yeah, definitely.
Where would you put them? You don't have farms.
So we have the view that some people like this, they would have wished to enter into agriculture, but then don't know how.
Okay.
So we need to listen to them.
Okay.
And then know how to move things.
Okay.
Moving forward.
And I also stated that right now the world is also focusing on this agriculture and climate. So there are many ventures, many avenues, many opportunities. My brother himself won a certain agri-tech challenge organized by MasterCard, and he got some huge amount of money to invest in his business. So individuals like this, we have ways that we think we can actually talk to them and mentor them for them to actually get to where their sister or auntie Genevieve want them to be. Yeah.
So the point is, because I hear a lot of things, right? Forgive me. I hear a lot of things around the CS consult. So you want to go into farming itself. Sometimes you want to go into processing, and you have to advise. I mean, quite a number of things. So when I come back from this call, I want you to help me understand what the mandate is again, so we don't miscommunicate this. Is that okay?
Sure.
Mante is on the line. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right. Go ahead.
How will anybody join them? If the person wants to join them, how can the person join them?
Okay. Very well.
How can?
Very well. Okay.
Should I answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what we do is we'll place our contacts when we are done. Then you communicate to us. Then we will sit down and speak to you, depending on where you live and the available farm work we have. Then we'll see how best to help you.
Whether you want to invest or...
Is that all right for you? So when you're done, we'll put our
He's
contacts
not on the call. He's gone.
Okay.
So, of course, so you are going to be dropping the number.
Numbers, yes.
Right. You say if they want to invest as well.
Yes.
Okay.
From what you said. So I was trying to add up.
Okay. So
whether you want to invest or it's maybe you need, you want to work on the farm.
So if somebody wants to invest, is it going to be, or you are going to connect them to farm holders?
Okay. So if you want to invest, there are two things. So maybe you have a land and maybe you want to do something on it. So that is an option where we can sit you down and you invest and then we get people to farm on the land for you.
Mm-hmm.
Or better still, you can just invest in a commodity we have in partnership with some people. So that maybe with for a duration, after the duration elapsed, then you get your return on your investment or your farm produce more than what you have initially used that money to pay.
Do you have some of them available as we speak?
Oh yes. So currently, my livestock is there. Sorry, the livestock is there, and then the maize and the palm
Oh,
oil.
I see.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So
Right.
just like bridging the gap between smallholder farmers and then investors.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and then investors, not necessarily, it can be, some people want the produce to sell and don't know how to get, as you said. So if you contact us, maybe the palm oil, if you want palm oil, if you want to start a palm oil business, he is in that space. So he can get you some people to help you source a very good palm oil to sell. If you want maize, whichever palm produce, we are in the space and we are contacting the industry players. So we can get you all those stuff just to, promote agriculture and then.
And for Genevieve's children as well, you can also get them onto
the farm.
the farms.
Exactly.
That is if they are willing to travel.
If they are willing to.
Because as you know, it's not in Accra. He's in
Oh, as I know,
the farm is not in Accra.
Christian. Oh, I didn't know
Sorry.
the farm wasn't in Accra.
So the farm is not in Accra.
Okay.
Some is in KD.
Okay.
So some is in the eastern region.
Okay.
So relocating is one thing. So when we sit you down, we'll let you know everything inside.
Okay.
If you are comfortable with it.
Okay.
And you agree.
Okay.
Sure.
Then you get onto the farm. Do you know about so I understand the bridging of the gap between mechanized and of course smallholder. Do you know about the Indian model where they allow those small, even indeed encourage small, even families to get into the farming, where people go around the gates to pick the produce and still get into the big centers? Do you know about that particular model? Otherwise, what we might be doing is to say that we might talk the people out to say, oh, young people are ready. Someone who looks like I see doing Kitia, that's his mentor, right? You see, the guy behaves like I see doing Kitia. He said everything about him is I see doing Kitia. You can tell everything. Is to say that we're talking, so there's a smaller Asidrik here who is ready to take over, and so you relax. Rather than running that model, because I have a land just behind my compound that I can grow. So if you give me the seeds and I grow it, and it gets to that point, all you need to do is to pick a truck, come buy it, and you buy it from me. So I'm in my house producing.
Yeah.
As a 50-year-old, but you can just pick it up and say, pay 2 cedis for 2 tomatoes. I mean, is that not good?
Yeah, it's a good thing. And I believe that can be done.
It is being done.
You see, the government has a program, a policy that they are offering seedlings.
Okay.
I think they are not coming to run it, or it's already being run.
Ministry of Food and Agriculture. The youth in agriculture.
Yeah, they provide seeds.
Right.
So if you want, then you access their ministry, and I believe they will give it to you.
Yeah. But who comes to pick it up so that I can get it?
So when it comes to
not to feed me.
Keep picking it up. I don't think they do it on the scale of that sort.
We in Ghana, I think the food inflation, they have a policy around that. That every household should, go into agriculture. Your backyard or something, you can plant something over there to feed you, to reduce food inflation. Schools and institutions, they're encouraging them to use available lands to farm so that they can reduce food inflation. But then with India, as you are saying, I think that one will be a whole business model because we don't know how their system is.
So maybe we check it.
Okay.
Check it. Maybe you are consults, right?
Yes.
So check it and see.
Right.
Maybe you can incorporate that into your staff. Is that okay? So thanks, guys. One of the days I want to see you on the side and the seniors on the side, so you exchange ideas. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Right. Christian Latte, right, is the co-founder, is also an enthusiast, agribusiness enthusiast. Panti Sakwa Ebenezer, still, but head of operation at CS Consults. I see doing it here. Stephen Deborah Bobby is acting CEO, Green Team Processing, and also a co-founder of CES Consults. You just heard from the young people what they thought about agriculture and what they believe they can do a lot more about. And so we wish you all the best as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
The Bank Hospital is also proud to be associated with the Wake Up Africa. And for all your medical needs, you can visit the Bank Hospital where care meets excellence. You can find them at cantonments, right? Just near Nafti in Accra. They are your trusted partner for quality healthcare. For those of you who want to reach out to them, you can call them 0302-739-373 and make sure that you connect with them. It's been a good time. Thank you very much for watching.
But I'm sure we haven't given our contact.
No. Oh, yeah, please do. Yes, sure.
It's been displayed.
It's been displayed.
Okay, sure.
It's been displayed?
Yes.
Okay.
They displayed your...
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. So, but call it again, quickly.
So
024 5590858.
Again, slowly it's
024 5590858.
Not everybody who is watching can see.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you very much for watching. God bless you. See you soon.
Thank you.